farm is unique, but all farmers have something in common: the desire to maximize their land and improve it for the next generation. You need a cooperative that offers peace of mind. AgTegra Cooperative is an ag partner that shares your values and is part of your community. From agronomy and grain operations to energy and feed, AgTegra will link your farm to the future. AgTegra Cooperative. Strong, stable, dependable.
Your first car. It might not have been perfect, but that didn't matter. You loved it because you worked hard for it. You took care of it, and it took care of you, your friends, and maybe that someone special. And through it all, we were there working with you, for you, to make sure it was a smooth ride. Farmers Union Insurance. More choices, great rates, local agents. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
Now's your chance for a great deal on smoking fast fiber internet from Venture Communications. Upgrade to the speed you need, up to 1 gig. And with whole home Wi-Fi included as part of your service, experience no-lag gaming, your favorite music, web surfing, HD video streaming, and connect to the latest smart devices. If you're ready for an upgrade, call or visit Venture Communications online.
Oh, why am I so sore?
There are everyday moments.
We can totally do this ourselves.
That hurt.
And there are epic moments.
This'll be epic!
Yeah, that was awesome.
When a moment creates a health need, visit the experts at Avera Orthopedics.
Hi, Doc. My knee.
We'll help you move forward so you can tell the story.
Shoulder, my elbow.
At Northern State University, your future starts with an affordable education that's personalized for you. Experience hands-on learning guided by world-class supportive faculty. You'll also enjoy a full campus life with opportunities to choose from numerous student activities and events, all in a safe, welcoming community. At Northern, you'll find a college that's right for you, a place to belong. Your future starts here. Unleash your potential at Northern.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
With our new online loan application, you can go to our website and apply for a loan when it's most convenient for you. We make getting loan approval fast and easy. Our local lenders are available to assist you if you have any questions. We make it pain-free to get that loan you've been wanting. We're an equal housing lender. Oahe Federal Credit Union, your hometown credit union since 1955. Federally insured by NCUA.
What if we said a bank isn't a place to lock up money? It's a place to set it free. What if the point of banking wasn't to bank at all, but to put your ideas to work? What if your bank asked, what if, a little more? Well, what if we told you we do? We're American Bank and Trust, where what if meets why not? If you're ready to change what you get out of banking, start a relationship with us. What if you made the move today?
Every farm is unique, but all farmers have something in common: the desire to maximize their land and improve it for the next generation. You need a cooperative that offers peace of mind. AgTegra Cooperative is an ag partner that shares your values and is part of your community. From agronomy and grain operations to energy and feed, AgTegra will link your farm to the future. AgTegra Cooperative. Strong, stable, dependable.
Your first car. It might not have been perfect, but that didn't matter. You loved it because you worked hard for it. You took care of it, and it took care of you, your friends, and maybe that someone special. And through it all, we were there working with you, for you, to make sure it was a smooth ride. Farmers Union Insurance. More choices, great rates, local agents. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
Now's your chance for a great deal on smoking fast fiber internet from Venture Communications. Upgrade to the speed you need, up to 1 gig. And with whole home Wi-Fi included as part of your service, experience no-lag gaming, your favorite music, web surfing, HD video streaming, and connect to the latest smart devices. If you're ready for an upgrade, call or visit Venture Communications online.
Your first car. It might not have been perfect, but that didn't matter. You loved it because you worked hard for it. You took care of it, and it took care of you, your friends, and maybe that someone special. And through it all, we were there working with you, for you, to make sure.
That moment when you realize your furnace is stone cold busted. We're talking a real put on every sweater you own, I can't feel my feet, penguin predicament. But fear not, there's an expert for that.
Let your local heating experts at Pites Service Experts keep you warm with $50 off any furnace repair.
Like it toasty? There's an expert for that.
Call Pites Service Experts at 866-EXPERTS. See website for license details.
Acres Ahead is back with AgTegra Cooperative. Now is the time to secure product, lock in early season prices, and receive delayed payment terms on your agronomy inputs. Fertilizer, seed, and crop protection purchases from Acres Ahead also qualify for triple play grain premiums, diesel discounts, and feed discounts. Contact your local AgTegra agronomist to learn more on how Acres Ahead can maximize your farm's earning potential straight from the start. AgTegra Cooperative. Strong, stable, dependable.
We all want to be happy, but sometimes that doesn't feel possible. But if you have hope, you have everything. Rising Hope Counseling provides high-quality mental health services with locations across South Dakota. Additionally, by providing telehealth, we ensure South Dakota's rural residents have access to high-quality mental health services. Our team lives and works in your communities, and we understand the unique challenges we face. Schedule an appointment by phone or online today. Rising Hope Counseling, offering hope, healing, and change.
Are you searching for an epic career in the healthcare field? Look no further. You can get a practical nursing degree from Lake Area Technical College right here at Capital City Campus in Pierre, South Dakota. It's close to home, affordable, hands-on learning, and relevant training, outstanding job placement with an excellent return on your investment, and one of the best nursing programs available in the region. For more information on how you can launch your healthcare career, go to lakeareatech.edu or capitalcitycampus.org.
We all want to be happy, but sometimes that doesn't feel possible. But if you have hope, you have everything. Rising Hope Counseling provides high-quality mental health services with locations across South Dakota. Additionally, by providing telehealth, we ensure South Dakota's rural residents have access to high-quality mental health services. Our team lives and works in your communities, and we understand the unique challenges we face. Schedule an appointment by phone or online today. Rising Hope Counseling, offering hope, healing, and change. We all want to be.
Oh, why am I so sore?
There are everyday moments.
We can totally do this ourselves.
That hurt.
And there are epic moments.
This'll be epic!
Yeah, that was awesome.
When a moment creates a health need, visit the experts at Avera Orthopedics.
Hi, Doc. My knee.
We'll help you move forward so you can tell the story.
Shoulder, my elbow.
In today's ever-changing housing market, you need a proactive mortgage lender who can guide you through every turn of the process, from your loan application all the way to closing. Jessica Jonkak with First National Bank in Pierre is dedicated to providing that level of service to her customers and making your home purchasing dreams a reality. Call Jessica today at 605-201-5254 or visit firstnationalbanks.com to learn more. First National Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Now's your chance for a great deal on smoking fast fiber internet from Venture Communications. Upgrade to the speed you need, up to 1 gig. And with whole home Wi-Fi included as part of your service, experience no-lag gaming, your favorite music, web surfing, HD video streaming, and connect to the latest smart devices. If you're ready for an upgrade, call or visit Venture Communications online.
For over 70 years, Pitt's Design Build has earned our reputation locally for serving communities across South Dakota. We provide design and building services for schools, hospitals, churches, commercial offices, multifamily housing, and so much more. Pitt's Design Build is conveniently located in Pierre, Mitchell, and Sioux Falls to serve you and your organization. We bring value to our clients by facilitating the design and/or construction process. Give us a call today and check us out at pittsdesignbuild.com for a free building consultation.
At Northern State University, your future starts with an affordable education that's personalized for you. Experience hands-on learning guided by world-class supportive faculty. You'll also enjoy a full campus life with opportunities to choose from numerous student activities and events, all in a safe, welcoming community. At Northern, you'll find a college that's right for you, a place to belong. Your future starts here. Unleash your potential at Northern.
When you're thinking of a new or used car, motorcycle, pickup, or RV, think of us. We make all sorts of vehicle loans. We can set you up with payments that fit your budget. So if you have getting some new wheels in mind, stop by and see us. We'll get you the right loan. Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA. We're big on you.
We're small enough to know your name, but we're big on you.
Scott Darnell with Lee Real Estate in Pierre is ready to help you find your dream home. There are 10 things you need to do to buy or sell your home. Number 1, call him at 605-220-2676, and he'll handle the other 9. As your resident realtor on a bike, he will make buying or selling your home feel like a walk in the park, not an Ironman triathlon. Find him on Facebook or email scott@LeeRealEstatePierre.com. Lee Real Estate and Scott are proud sponsors of Central South Dakota Youth Sports and Events broadcast on Live Ticket TV.
Olson Plumbing in Pierre provides complete plumbing and drain cleaning services to commercial and residential customers. Olson Plumbing understands how the simple things in life are often the things we can't live without, and running water is the top of the list. Olson Plumbing offers 24/7 emergency services, and they can be at your location in under an hour in most cases. If you need help with your plumbing system, call Olson Plumbing 605-224-6436. Olson Plumbing.
Graham Tire of Pierre is your premier hometown shop, specializing in tires to fit vehicles, from ATVs to large farm equipment and everything in between. At your tire store next door, you can find a plethora of brand name tires that range from 4 to 10 ply and much more. Our highly skilled technicians can handle brakes, heating, and air conditioning. Call us today at 224-8643 or visit us at grahamtire.com. Graham Tire is a proud sponsor of Pierre and surrounding communities' local activities. Graham Tire.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
No need to be afraid of all those upcoming holiday expenses. Hawaii Federal Credit Union's holiday loan special is back. Borrow up to $1,500 for 12 months at 7% APR. Apply online or stop in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre. Hawaii Federal Credit Union, where we treat you like you own the place, because you do.
People helping people. Hawaii Federal Credit Union.
Why am I so sore?
There are everyday moments.
Hey, hold the ladder! Hold the ladder!
Yeah, that hurt.
And there are epic moments.
Slide, slide, slide.
College! Class of 1995!
When a moment creates a health need, visit the experts at Avera Orthopedics. We're moving health forward so you can tell the story. Learn more at avera.org/orthopedics.
Limestone canyons, flowing waterfalls, and pristine beauty make Spearfish a sanctuary for those seeking the ultimate escape. Outdoor enthusiasts will find top-notch sport climbing, mountain biking, and UTV OHV trails. Guests are steps away from peaceful hiking trails and tranquil streams. Relax and rehash your day's adventure at one of our award-winning local breweries. Finding rest is an important part of any adventure. Lodging in Spearfish comes with a variety of choices, from cabins, B&Bs, and campgrounds to the comforts of your popular brand-name hotels. To find your unique adventure in Spearfish, go to visitspearfish.com now.
Now's your chance for a great deal on smoking fast fiber internet from Venture Communications. Upgrade to the speed you need, up to 1 gig. And with whole home Wi-Fi included as part of your service, experience no-lag gaming, your favorite music, web surfing, HD video streaming, and connect to the latest smart devices. If you're ready for an upgrade, call or visit Venture Communications online. Now's your
Service Master of Pierre is your go-to service experts for a wide variety of cleaning needs. Since 2003, we have developed the most effective methods and products to service virtually every type of industry. We're known for our exceptional carpet and upholstery cleaning, but did you know we also offer cleaning of all types of flooring, along with providing fire and water restoration, commercial cleaning, janitorial services, and construction cleanup. Service Master of Pierre is a proud sponsor of TF Riggs Governors and Lady Govs, as well as Stanley County Buffaloes and Lady Buffs activities. When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zander's has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the part you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zander's, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories. When you're in the need,
stay in a beautiful Black Hills vacation home, the Summit on Dancing Sky near Leeds, South Dakota, in the popular Powder House Pass development. It's a modern rustic design with over 5,000 square feet, 6 bedrooms, and 5 baths for you to enjoy. You'll get gorgeous views of the Terry Peak Mountain Range. There's a community pool to enjoy, and you're close to all the attractions like Deadwood, Sturgis, Spearfish, and a whole lot more. The Summit on Dancing Sky. Visit them at DancingSky.com.
Your winning destination, the Golden Buffalo Casino in Lower Brule, gives you more chances to win. Hot seat drawings, pick a prize drawings, chances to win great prizes, the hottest slots around. It's all just waiting for you at the Golden Buffalo Casino. Find out more by logging on to thegoldenbuffalocasino.com and by following them on Facebook. Just minutes north of Reliance, exit 248. We'd like to thank you for tuning into this broadcast and supporting our area youth. The Golden Buffalo Casino, proud to support Live Ticket.
Every farm is unique, but all farmers have something in common: the desire to maximize their land and improve it for the next generation. You need a cooperative that offers peace of mind. AgTegra Cooperative is an ag partner that shares your values and is part of your community. From agronomy and grain operations to energy and feed, AgTegra will link your farm to the future. AgTegra Cooperative. Strong, stable, dependable.
Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota is serving the Central South Dakota community and beyond with a great selection of used vehicles. Local trades and program vehicles are available. New Toyotas and new Fords are arriving and selling before they even hit the lot. So don't wait. Stop in and find out what's coming. If you've been thinking about ordering a new Ford, stop in and sit down with one of our sales specialists today. Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota at 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Call 605-224-7378 and visit CapitalCityFordToyota.com.
At Ringneck Energy, their mission is to produce renewable energy that adds value to grain and livestock production, enhances the income of their investor partners, and provide a safe, rewarding work environment. Located at 901 Redwood Avenue in Oneida, South Dakota. Call 605-945-6900 or check ringneckenergy.com. A proud supporter of local schools and wishes all students the best of luck in all their activities during the school year, creating economic opportunities in our community.
When you expect more, you expect more. When you expect more, Dakota Prairie Bank, providing great service right from the start. It's our promise to you that sets us apart. With every handshake and a smile, we go that extra mile. When you expect more, you expect more. When you expect more, Dakota Prairie Bank.
At Jan Bussey Ford in Highmore, they've been building partnerships for life by treating customers right, offering a low-pressure sales process, no haggling over price, passing low overhead savings on, and providing a Ford-certified service department fixing it right the very first time. If you're looking for a new Ford, a quality pre-owned vehicle, a new or used ATV, or a trailer, stop by Jan Bussey Ford in Highmore and experience the difference.
Jan Bussey Ford, building partnerships for life.
What if we said a bank isn't a place to lock up money? It's a place to set it free. What if the point of banking wasn't to bank at all, but to put your ideas to work? What if your bank asked, what if, a little more? Well, what if we told you we do? We're American Bank and Trust, where what if meets why not? If you're ready to change what you get out of banking, start a relationship with us. What if you made the move today?
Dimmick Cheese has been making handmade artisan cheese for over 90 years and has over 25 flavors of cheese. Stop by the store for sampling of all the cheeses. The store also offers several South Dakota-made products. And at the store, find Remedy Brewing on tap. Dimmick Cheese offers gift boxes, and fundraisers are available. To find out more, go to the website, dimmickdairy.com, or call 605-928-3833. And don't forget to check your local grocery store for their premium cheeses and cheese spreads. Dimmick Cheese.
Rosenberg Implement knows this haying season was somewhat difficult and you may not have time to replace your broken windrower sections and knives. So this week, you can get an 8% discount on windrower sections and knives. Your windrower heads can take a beating with knives and sections while cutting low to the ground. Now's the perfect time to replace them before you put your John Deere windrower away for the winter. Stop at any of Rosenberg Implements and save 8% on windrower sections and knives this week.
Since it says playoff football, that'll be a new one, I'm sure. Like I was just gonna, I was just curious if it'd say something. I know, like I saw John Weber for sheriff on there or something like that.
Titan Machinery is your go-to Case IH agricultural equipment dealer. Your Highmore, Miller, and Pierre locations have a large selection of new and used ag equipment with access to one of the largest parts and whole goods inventories in the country. Titan Machinery prides itself in providing quality Case IH parts, service, and support to Highmore, Miller, Pierre, and the surrounding communities. Stop by Titan Machinery of Highmore, Miller, and Pierre today. Power and precision to grow.
With our new online loan application, you can go to our website and apply for a loan when it's most convenient for you. We make getting loan approval fast and easy. Our local lenders are available to assist you if you have any questions. We make it pain-free to get that loan you've been wanting. We're an equal housing lender. Oahe Federal Credit Union. Your hometown credit union since 1955. Federally insured by NCUA.
Like I said, it was really...
Have all of your painting supplies at the paint store in Pierre. They mix paint and they color match paint. They carry interior and exterior stains. Great selection of paint. Find it at 1006 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. The paint store, 605-224-8312, 224-8312. Paint Store is a proud supporter of the Stanley County Buffaloes and the Pierre Governors in sports and activities. The Paint Store, same great paint, same great services.
The Field House in Pierre is your premier spot to watch all the sports, from your local Govs and Lady Govs, as well as Buffs and Lady Buffs, all the way up to your favorite big league teams. Kick back and relax with a pizza, nachos, burgers, or one of our air-fried appetizers. Wash down the food with your pick from our array of premium beverages. Between the action, be sure to check out the unique and plentiful memorabilia throughout the building. We can't wait for you to come in and watch the games with us broadcast on LiveTicket.tv. The Field House in Pierre.
The Corner Station Convenience Store and the Crossing Pub are both conveniently located on Pleasant Drive in Pierre, South Dakota. At the Corner Station, grab your favorite hot and cold beverages and snacks while filling your vehicle up with Cenex brand gasoline. The Corner Station also features a super tunnel car wash to keep your vehicle sparkling clean. At the Dakota welcomes everyone to beautiful Rapid City, South Dakota.
DRG Media Group Sport is the official voice of the Pierre Governors.
Wants to run again, and he's got room. 40, 30, foot race to the 10, 5, and a touchdown. Pierre will come back and set up Avery Kaiser on the outside left through the block, and that's down.
The official voice of the Pierre Governors, River 92.7, and also at the River 92.7 page of the DRG News app, brought to you by Golden Buffalo and DRGnews.com.
Thank you.
I don't know how many others are going to be. I wasn't sure what they ended up with before talking about. Riverview high school football, and it's time to get serious. The second season of high school football now for Class 11 AA, and time defending state champion Pierre Governors entering tonight's quarterfinal round as the top overall seed with a 9-0 record. And Douglas 46-60. A week ago, they're taking on number 8 seed, the Sturgis Scoop versus Sturgis. I think a little bit better than an 8 seed might indicate. They had a tough luck loss though at arch rival Spearfish in overtime, 28-27. I committed a record of 4-5.
RV Park overlooks Lake Sharp on the Missouri River. They have all the amenities from full hookups, laundry, showers, dog park, play area, and free Wi-Fi. There's no need to drive across the country when here in Central South Dakota.
John Hoffman Electric is your neighborhood electrical service contractor, and so much more. No job is too big or too small for our seasoned professionals. We pride ourselves on keeping up with new technology, such as ARRI, an augmented reality visual used to customize and experience a finished base before building. So whether you're building new or renovating a home, farm, or commercial space, let John Hoffman Electric do it. John Hoffman is a proud sponsor of all local activities broadcast on Live Ticket TV.
Briggs Trucking and Construction in Fort Pierre provides quality freight transportation services, cargo hauling, excavation, and demolition services. They also specialize in dirt and gravel for everything from commercial work to new construction. Briggs Trucking and Construction will haul everything from light poles to farm and agricultural supplies. The bigger the job or the bigger the load, the better, as that is where their expertise really shines. Contact Briggs Trucking and Construction at 605-280-2840 or email at cbriggs25@pi.midco.net to visit about your next project.
Wow, Bill, you're walking so much better. What did you do?
Well, I got so tired of the pain and nearly fell. And one of my friends recommended physical therapy at Winter Physical Therapy. And you know what? My back also stopped hurting.
Huh. So how did you get started?
My doctor wrote me a referral, but that's not always needed. Turns out you always have a choice where you want to go.
So why did you choose Winter Physical Therapy?
I love to support our locally owned small businesses, and quite frankly, they give great personalized care.
Winter Physical Therapy, exceptional care.
Your first car. It might not have been perfect, but that didn't matter. You loved it because you worked hard for it. You took care of it, and it took care. It might not have been perfect, but that didn't matter. You loved it.
That coaches' conversations, keys to success, and a whole lot more. Stay smart. Playoff football and your official voice of the Governors, River 92.7, DRGnews.com.
For over 100 years, State Farm Insurance has been South Dakota good neighbor. While technology may have changed, you can always expect top-notch customer service from Popsiba State Farm. They'll take care of all of your insurance and financial service needs, where good neighbor service is their continued priority. Popsiba State Farm Insurance, with offices in Pierre and Gregory.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, BankWest has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. BankWest Associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose BankWest. BankWest, convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
There's an app for everything, including high school sports from the stations of DRG Media Group. Download the DRG News app, brought to you by the Golden Buffalo Casino, from the App Store or Google Play. It takes only a moment, so you'll have it in time for this game. See live and archived video of all games. And when you select your favorite station during the live stream, the video will immediately pop up. So see what's out there for high school sports on your phone or mobile device with the DRG News app, brought to you by the Golden Buffalo Casino. Download it now at the App Store or Google Play.
One team. The Pierre Governors know what that means, and so do the men and women of the Hughes County Sheriff's Office. No matter how good you are, a good team makes you better. To be the best, that takes teamwork. If you want to know more about the Hughes County Sheriff's Office and their 361 team, log on at hughescounty.org and click on the Sheriff tab. The Hughes County Sheriff's Office and the Pierre Govs, winning teams. Welcome back to Hollister Field, and thanks to the Hughes County Sheriff's Office, we welcome you to the Hughes County Sheriff's Office broadcast booth, the origination of tonight's broadcast of Pierre Governor playoff football. Thanks to the men and women of the Sheriff's Office for doing what they do, to all first responders for doing what they do in our community as well. As you got a good look at this one from the second deck of the press box at Phil Troutner Stadium at Hollister Field when watching this one at drgnews.com. It is the Hughes County Sheriff's Office broadcast booth. In addition to the Sheriff's Office, the Hughes County, or I should say the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety reminds us as we travel to and from high school sporting events or for any other occasion, they celebrate being a part of a team. They remind us all to buckle up every trip, every time at the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety. Let's take a look at how things fared. The Governors with a 9-0 mark, the top overall seed coming into the 11AA postseason picture. T area with just the one loss to Pierre, 8-1. They'll be the 2 seed. Aberdeen Central at 3, Yankton and 4, both 5-4, along with Brookings, also 5-4. They're the 5 seed. Spearfish is at the 4-5 after their win over Sturgis in overtime last week. They're the 6 seed. Watertown the 7 at 3-6. Sturgis dropped down to 8 at their 4-5 mark. The 3 teams in 11AA not making the postseason. Mitchell and Huron both 2-7, and Douglas finishing at 0-6. and 9. But the postseason picture in 11 AA has, of course, top seed Pierre hosting number 8 Sturgis, and the other game in this half of the bracket is number 4 Yankton as they host Brookings tonight. They'll kick off at 7 o'clock at Crane Youngworth Field. They're underway in Aberdeen, though, and the Golden Eagles already have a 13-0 lead in the second quarter. Number 3 seed Aberdeen leading number 6 Spearfish, and the second seed T Area has just kicked off at home over against the 7 seed Watertown Arrows. No score on that one as of yet with a 6:30 kick. 11 AAA. We'll run down the games here. Sioux Falls Jefferson, the top seed, already leading Sioux Falls Washington 42-7. They're into the fourth quarter. The second seed O'Gorman 19-7 has a lead on Rapid City Stevens. That one early in the second quarter. Harrisburg is the 3 seed, and they lead number 6 Sioux Falls Roosevelt 7-6, a tight one in the early second. The 4 seed will be Sioux Falls Lincoln hosting number 5 Brandon Valley. They'll kick off at 7:30 at Howard Wood Field. Here's the other games as 11A gets going tonight as well. Del Rapids, the top seed, hosting Lennox. Number 2 West Central plays host to Madison. It's number 3 Beersford hosting Canton, and number 4 Sioux Falls Christian playing host to Dakota Valley. Now 11B and 9-man games, they're already into their second round. It's a 16-team bracket. In 11B, top seed is Winter at 8-0. They're having a battle with the dual Cardinals from Clear Lake as late in the first quarter. It is 8-0 in that one. The 4 seed is Mount Vernon Plankinton hosting McCook Central Montrose later on. 2 seed is Elk Point Jefferson. They've got a 21-0 lead over Redfield so far in the second quarter. And Hot Springs has a 7-0 lead starting the second quarter at the 2 seed, actually the 3 seed, Aberdeen Roncalli. So Hot Springs continuing to play well in the postseason. In 9AA, Wall is the top seed. They'll take on number 8 Bonholm. Other games have Hamlin hosting Hanson in the 4-5 game. Elkton Lake Benton, the 2 seed, 9-0, hosting Freeman Marion, Freeman Academy, and Howard, the 3 seed, hosting Parkston. In 9A, Lyman is the 2 seed. Game that we've got on KPLO 94.5 FM. They lead Castlewood, the 7 seed. Early second quarter, it's 6-2. Castlewood got a 2-run homer in the last inning there. Gregory leading, playing host to Woolsey Wessington tonight. Phillip, the 5 seed, goes out to Buffalo to take on Harding County Bison. Warner is unbeaten. They're the top seed in 9A. They host perennial power Canastota tonight. In 9B on KMLO FM, top seed and unbeaten Harriet Selby area is leading Avon 14-0 still. In the first quarter there on Star 99.5 FM. Sully Buttes is hosting Irene Wakanda. Irene Wakanda got an 8-0 lead. The Chargers have countered with a touchdown, but missing the 2-point conversion. They trail 8-6 as they start the second quarter. Kadoka area will host DeSmet tonight, and Hitchcock Tulare is unbeaten. They host Del Rapids St. Mary. There's the playoff picture for us as all of the classes of South Dakota high school football underway tonight. And, of course, here with Pierre and Sturgis. Coming up after a 2-minute break, we'll talk keys to success in this one with the head coach, Steve Steele, on our way as the Central Dakota Eye Care Keys to Success coming up. This is Pierre Playoff Football on River 92.7 and drgnews.com.
Have you found yourself worrying about inflation and market volatility? Considering what should I do? Can I do anything? Am I going to be okay? The Ranky Gray team has been coaching their clients through these tumultuous times for over 35 years. Let us discover what easy, time-tested adjustments can be made for you. For a free second opinion, our team can be reached at 605-224-5959. Let's start today.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors LLC. A registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors LLC and Ranky Gray Wealth Management are separate entities from LPL Financial.
Push it, pull it, drag it, haul it, tow it. Just get it to Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre. Right now, your trade is worth at least $3,000. If it's got a VIN number and on 4 wheels, we'll give you $3,000 for it when you trade in at Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre. Don't wait. This special won't last long. Get $3,000 when you trade at Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota, 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Call 605-224-7378 and visit CapitalCityFordToyota.com. Some restrictions apply. Limited one trade per deal. Minimum purchase $10,000. See dealer for details.
Chances are you're overlooking a big energy thief in your home or commercial building.
the garage doors. But Overhead Door Company of Pierre can help stop that energy waste with a full range of insulated, weather-tight garage doors. Their residential garage doors give you insulated performance at an uninsulated price. And their Thermocore insulated steel doors give commercial buildings the energy efficiency they demand today. Find out more. Call Overhead Door Company of Pierre at 1-800-649-9905 and put a stop to the garage door energy thief.
Do you love watching high school sports but find yourself wanting to be more involved? Live Ticket TV has the solution for you. They're looking for production managers to assist for this school year. Duties include the management of equipment as well as basic technological understanding. But don't stress, paid training will be provided. Part-time wages start at $20 per hour. Call 833-605-LIVE, extension 2. That's 833-605-5483, extension 2. And punch your ticket to joining one of the fastest growing companies in South Dakota.
All right, it's time for Keys to Success here. Quarterfinal round as the Pierre Governors enter 9-0 off of a win over the Douglas Patriots last week. Let's talk with Coach Steve Steele about that game last week. And, he had that big emotional win over T-Area the week before. And, sometimes you could call it a trap game, I guess, but it's an easy to maybe see an emotional letdown. Don't know if you really saw that, but again, still, and we talked about it wasn't the cleanest game that you played all season last week, but still you got out of there with the win that you needed to be the number 1 seed coming here tonight.
Yeah, we got done what we needed to get done. It was an emotional week the week before, but, more physically taxing, I would say, even than emotional. So a lot of new faces in places last week. Kind of maintenance time for some guys, and also, had some injuries. So, just with all the new faces around, we kind of expected some of that. And, those guys played the game, they learned from it, they grew, and we're looking to be better with them this week.
And maintenance time, you could talking about guys that needed some rest and got that, and maybe still getting that. But I think with new people on the offensive line, for example, ready to step in and do more of the same.
Yeah, and this was a week of practice where we mixed up our offensive line quite a bit, to kind of just see what was going to give us the best look, and and how ready guys were with the different scheme. Obviously, with a different scheme from Sturgis to Douglas, and we feel very good about Lucas and Lucas, the Lucas brothers.
Yeah.
Not that they're brothers, but we feel good about what they showed this week, and so that's why we're starting with them again here.
All right, I mentioned Lucas Chamberlain, Lucas Coleman, but mentioning Sturgis, your opponent here tonight, you didn't see them in the regular season, but seem to remember a game last year when they came in and gave you about as tough of a time as any team you played all year. What do you see from the Scoopers this year?
Yeah, last year's game, that was a rough one. That was a lot about as many mental mistakes as you can have when you go back and watch, and they're a team this year when they're playing their best. They're a good football team. They've got some good weapons, both sides of the ball, offensively and defensively. Cass throws the ball really well. Bus catches the ball really well. I think it's roll-offs, their running back, good hard runner, and the Jacobs kid kind of does everything for him. He's a fullback, but he's a heck of a middle linebacker. Former Pierre guy, Jolf's on the lines, really, really good lineman for him, doing a lot of really good things. And they've got a lot of length at tight end and defensive end. They've got a lot of things that they can utilize. They try to be pretty balanced with things. But really, if we can get them off their game and force them to be one-dimensional, that'll be a big thing for us.
And maybe one-dimensional in that I think they do like to throw the ball. Maybe they want to throw the ball, but maybe need a little more balance when things are going well for them. You haven't seen a lot of teams that want to throw the ball maybe as much outside of Yankton and teams like that you'll see with Sturgis tonight.
Yeah, they definitely have the capabilities, and I think early on in the year they threw the ball. I don't think they were as balanced as they have become. And I think part of that is, I think when teams can really rush the passer with Sturgis, they can force them to get out of that pass to try and keep you back and keep you safe and keep you honest a little bit on the run side. So I think that's kind of why they've kind of went to more of a balanced look throughout the season. But if we can get them into that, where they have to throw and we can just kind of tee off and bring pressure, I think that'll be a big thing for them to deal with.
With other things that they're capable of doing, I guess, on the ground, we're looking at a team that lost a close game to Spearfish last week in overtime. They lost a close game to Huron. A couple of games that probably they should have won, and maybe there's ways you can exploit some holes, I guess, in the chinks in their armor.
Yeah, I think when you watch the Huron game in particular, Huron ran the ball with really, really good success. That running back of theirs, had a really big day, a couple 100 yards rushing and 3 or 4 touchdowns, I think. There's definitely some holes there if you can get through that front line. Again, they'll have a lot of guys up in the box. They'll play their DBs primarily back. But if you can get through that front line, then it's a lot harder for those guys to tackle because of the angles that they're running at.
An offense, or I guess a defense that may be just trying to eliminate the big plays or minimize them on your part. So just maybe stick with the game plan and play patient, and I think things probably should fall in place for you tonight.
Yeah, we've got to be a little bit more methodical. I think that was another issue with us last week, and even a little bit back into T. We were kind of a boom or bust team. We didn't have very many sustained drives. It was a lot more of we hit an 80-yard touchdown in the first, second, or third down, or we punt, or that's it. So I think really having some sustained drives will be good for us tonight. We've got to find a way to do that. Obviously, if we happen to break an 80-yard touchdown, we do. That's great. But hopefully we can find a little bit more balance and stuff tonight too.
All right. Other overall keys against the Scoopers here.
We've got to contain Bus. That's their guy they're going to go to when the game's on the line and they need a big play. We've just got to be ready for him.
Okay. Coach, good luck. Get it started tonight.
Thank you.
Steve Steele, the head coach of the Pierre Governors, with Coach's comments and keys to success. They're brought to you by Central Dakota Eye Care in Pierre, and we'll hear from them. And we've got the other page to turn with Coach Chris Koletsky of the Sturgis Scoopers when we come back with more keys to success. This is Governor Playoff Football.
Central Dakota Eye Care continues to grow. Hi, this is Dr. Matthew Blazik. I've recently joined the practice at Central Dakota Eye Care. I'm excited to move back to Pierre, and I'm accepting new patients of all ages. We offer state-of-the-art equipment, trained staff, and the best selection of eyewear and contact lenses. Regular, yearly, comprehensive eye exams are key to finding eye problems before symptoms appear. Call us today at 224-6128 for an appointment. Central Dakota Eye Care, 640 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Better vision for a great life.
Hi, keys to success. Continue. Let's talk with Chris Koletsky of the Sturgis Scoopers, head coach on a kind of an up and down season for you, Coach. But I think at the beginning of the year, it looked like you had a lot of things going. A couple of really close losses as it turned out, and you end up the 8th seed when I'm sure you wanted to be a little bit higher than that. Last week, a Spearfish loss that I'm sure in the rivalry kind of burns you a little bit. But how you sitting here after 9 weeks of the high school football season?
Well, it's definitely, as we look back on it so far this year, we can have every reason to hang our head and feel sorry for ourselves, and that's definitely been an emphasis for us. That isn't going to get us anywhere. As a coaching staff, we've talked about how we just need to do a better job of being able to close games out and make those plays in critical situations, because we do not have the record that we would like at this point in the season, and there's some missed opportunities. So that's the disappointing part, but you can't hang your head about it. You got to move on. Yeah, it's just another, I guess they always say life lessons in high school sports, and you learn some things along the way, things that some things you don't want to have to learn, but maybe they will help you later on. Well, that's what you hope. You hope you instill those lessons in the kids, and they take those moments and they try to build off of them, and you hope that later on in life, maybe when things kind of get tough for them, that they can revert back to, some things they've learned this season and then, dig deep and overcome those things. The things that you're able to accomplish this year, you've had an offense been able to move the ball. I think it's a veteran offense. I know your quarterback and some good receivers and even other skill position players have, they've been good, solid players, and you are able to make plays most of the year, right? Yeah, our offense has moved the ball really well. Our running game's picked up a little bit in the second half of the season. That's been an emphasis. So it's nice to be a little bit more balanced. We've had some receivers who have some great chemistry with Owen, and it just comes time where, some of those guys get taken away. It's the other guys that need to step up and make some plays. So that's been something that hopefully we can see some of that on Thursday night, and we can make some progress there, because we've seen some times where tying's taken away and the other guys have to make plays, and hopefully there's a situation where they can rise to the occasion.
Well, obviously you got a tough task with the Pierre Governors, but a team that you came in and into Pierre and played pretty well against last year. Was that last year or 2 years ago? I think that was last year, wasn't it? We had a pretty good defensive battle there.
Yeah, that was last year, and I think it was a combination, and we did some things, fairly well, and I think Pierre had a night that they just, were off for some reason or another, and we can't expect that to happen again, that's for sure. We would love it to happen, but, there were some bad snaps in that game and some situations there that, allowed us to kind of hang around in the fourth quarter. But, I look at this team, this Pierre team this year, and they're just a different beast than they even have been in the past couple of years as far as just their explosiveness. Obviously with Lincoln at quarterback and what he can do, not only throwing the football, but when he gets outside the pocket, he's virtually impossible to bring down. You see that on film, and they're scary on so many fronts. It's just a kind of a strategy to try to keep things in front of you and try to make Pierre, earn everything that they get and try to keep the huge plays from happening.
Yeah, and, I suppose all you can ask for as an underdog is just for everybody to go out and play their best game and see what happens, huh?
Well, yeah, that's been an emphasis. Hey, you underclassmen here, you got to give the seniors everything you got. Stay focused and play hard for them. They deserve it. They played hard for you the last 4 years, and just that kind of emphasis and, protecting the football and trying to get some drives together and trying to keep their offense off the field, hopefully accomplishing those things and just really preventing the really, really big explosive plays, because you see those all over on film everywhere.
And for those guys, I think if you do get a pretty good performance, and even if it doesn't work out next year, give them a little confidence and get them that fire in starting to prepare for next season too.
Well, yeah, that's part of it. Put up a fight. Be prepared. Know what your job is in your assignment. Just don't blow those and play smart football. And if we get out physical, we get out physical. But don't give them things that we shouldn't give them based on blowing assignments, things like that.
Yeah, I'll make them earn it, Coach. It sounds like keys to success to me. Wish you the best of luck and appreciate your time, all right?
You bet. Thank you.
That's Chris Koletsky, the head coach of the Sturgis Scoopers. Coach's comments, keys to success, that are brought to you by Central Dakota Eye Care in Pierre. The Governors are out onto the field, and the Scoopers are ready to go as well. Starting lineups are just underway on the field. We better get at them ourselves here in our Governor broadcast. Playoff football, Brian Oakland with John Calda here this evening, and the starting lineups in our broadcast sponsored by Envirotech in Pierre. Governors will have mostly familiar lineup. Lincoln Keenholz, the senior standout quarterback, to lead the way. Brock Mosier at the tailback, the junior. Cade Kaiser, Jack Merkwan, Brecken Kruger, the three wide-out set. Kruger and Merkwan, the seniors. Cade Kaiser, the junior, been playing well. Jet Zabel will be back in action tonight, 215-pound junior. Still nursing a bum shoulder, but he'll start at tight end tonight. On the offensive line, Christian Bush, the senior center, flanked by Jason Machachok, the senior at the one guard. The other guards will be Lucas Coleman, the junior, Josh Switzer, the senior, and Lucas Chamberlain, a little undersized, but the junior, tackle on the outside for the Governors on offense. On defense, Jason Machachok is on the nose, along with Josh Rydberg, the senior, Emmett Anderson, the junior, at defensive tackles. Anderson got the night off last week at Douglas. He'll start again. Linebackers are still as solid as anybody. Gavin Stotts, the senior, in the middle. Chance Sarda, the junior. Deegan Huska, the senior. Trey Lewis, a junior. And Chase Sarda, the senior. In the linebacking core, the defensive backfield with senior Jaden Wiebe. Also Spencer Shunsberg, the junior, starting tonight. Free safety is Jacob Mayer for the Governors. And head coach Steve Steele in your Envirotech starting lineups for the Pierre Governors, the five-time State 11 AA defending champions. Their opponent, the Sturgis Scoopers, will meet them after this. You hear this from Envirotech, and we're back with more Pierre Governor football.
Envirotech makes life a little bit simpler. No matter what the circumstances, no matter what is handed to you, Envirotech has you covered. One call is all it takes to have easy setup, easy pickup, and easy payment. Call Envirotech at 605-224-4804 or use their website to pay your bill online at envirotechwaste.com. Use their mobile app, Waste Connect. Check their website or receive a robocall for collection schedule because of weather or holidays. Envirotech has you covered.
Envirotech starting lineups for the visiting Sturgis Scoopers tonight. And again, a veteran crew. They can make plays, so you better cover them up. Owen Cass is a senior 190-pound quarterback, loves to throw the football, but behind him he'll have Gunnar Roloff, a 190-pound senior in at running back in the backfield. Guy to watch is a slot receiver, Tyan Buss, a junior at 150 pounds. Wide receivers also include senior Gavin Leitenberg at 150. Dalen DeShock is a sophomore at 170. On the offensive line, a senior at 205. In the center spot is Austin Ateo. Gunnar Sarkala is a sophomore at left guard. A junior Aiden Werlinger at 230 is a right guard. Zach Julfs is a junior at 235 pounds. Connor Schmidt, a sophomore at the right tackle at 205. Reese Jacobs, the tight end, a senior at 185 pounds. Mostly a little bit undersized on that offensive line, though, for the Sturgis Scoopers. Defensively for the Scoopers, the nose tackle is Terrence Lara, a 260-pound junior. Aiden Werlinger and Zach Julfs will line up next to him at the defensive end spots. The linebackers will include Dawson Inhofer, a sophomore on the outside. Jake Vleem, a big, tall senior, but just 195 pounds at the other outside linebacker, with Reese Jacobs and Gunnar Roloff on the inside. D. Daniels will come in as a cornerback in the defensive backfield. Aiden Hederman, also a cornerback. Gavin Sundstrom and Cale Jolly are the strong and free safeties for the Scoopers. That entire defensive backfield, Jolly a senior, but the rest, Daniels, Hederman, and Sundstrom, all juniors for the Sturgis Scoopers. 4-5 on the season. Head coach is Chris Koletsky. The starting lineups brought to you by Envirotech in Pierre. The other starting lineup is the naming of our game officials. They're the law on the field, and they're sponsored by the South Dakota Attorney General's Office and their Division of Consumer Protection. Hear this important message, and we'll tell you about the guys in stripes when we come back with more Pierre Governor football.
Attorney General Mark Vargo here, talking about sweepstakes scams. We all want to receive that call that says we've won a sweepstakes, and scammers know this. If you receive a call or an email saying you've won, but you need to pay taxes by placing money on a gift card or by mailing cash, it's a scam. It is illegal to ask for funds up front for taxes, tariffs, or customs. If you've been victimized by this scam, please reach out to my Consumer Protection Division at 800-300-1986.
Back at the law on the field tonight, our game officials, as we thank them for doing what is oftentimes a thankless job, licensed and assigned by the South Dakota High School Activities Association to officiate this playoff football game. Law on the field tonight includes referee Kevin Ball, umpire Tyler Curry, linesman Ed Fegan, line judge Trey Krieger, and back judge Joey Mitchell. Krieger from Pierre, but the rest from the Huron and Wessington Springs area. Our game officials, Kevin Ball, Tyler Curry, Ed Fegan, Trey Krieger, Joey Mitchell, the law on the field. As we pause for 3 minutes, and we're back to kick it off. Pierre and Sturgis here in the postseason on River 92.7.
As a new season is upon us, the Service and Parts Department at Beck Motor Company want to remind you to get your vehicle serviced early to avoid any breakdowns and service-related frustrations. Get up to $100 mail-in rebate on a set of 4 tires, along with 4 oil changes, a $200 value. Take $15 off a light detail, $645 for a spray-in bed liner to protect your investment. See all our specials at beck-motors.com. Call us to schedule at 605-224-5912. Beck Motor Company, Pierre.
Do you dream of a custom home built within your budget and done on time? Kruger Contracting can make that dream a reality. They're a trusted home builder since 2003, and they're going to be upfront and open about cost and transparent about where your money is going when it comes to your new home. Their skilled crew will manage construction of your new home from start to finish. They're located in Pierre and can build your home in Pierre, Fort Pierre, or the surrounding area. Call 605-222-2523. Visit KrugerContracting.com or find Kruger Contracting on Facebook.
Hey DQ fans, we're so excited about October's Blizzard of the Month that we just had to tell you. Meet the new Snickers Brownie Blizzard Treat. Made with Snickers pieces, chewy brownie pieces, and caramel topping, blended into world-famous DQ soft serve. This might just be your new go-to order, and you don't even have to trick or treat to get it. Try it today, only at DQ. Happy tastes good.
It's pretty obvious the world is moving faster than ever, and that means my health sometimes takes a back seat. Pressing pause on life to call for an appointment, shuffle my afternoon schedule, drive across town for a doctor's appointment sometimes feels impossible. My day just got better because I'm feeling better with the help of Avera Now. I can use my mobile device or computer for an online video visit that allows me to see a provider for urgent care conditions 24/7. Technology that fits my life with the quality health care of Avera. Learn how to begin at avera.org/now.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, BankWest has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. BankWest Associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose BankWest. BankWest, convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Driven by the Office of Highway Safety, River 92.7, KGFX-FM, Pierre. Stop speeding before it stops you. Obey posted speed limits.
Comtech has your technology solutions. Check out their showroom located right off the truck route on Irwin Street. Come in and see what you've been missing. A large selection of TVs, sound systems, and smart speakers, PCs, desktops, and tablets, home and business security and telecommunication systems. Comtech is your all-in-one solution for any technology needs. Wishing all athletes the best of luck in today's competition. Comtech. Come see what you've been missing.
Back at Phil Troutner Stadium in Hollister Field as game time about upon us. Our Becky Pottsabah State Farm pregame show coming to an end. Brian Oakland with the play-by-play. John Calda will provide commentary outside. The Governors win the toss has just been enacted at the middle of the field. They will receive the opening kick, and they will head from right to left or from east to west on a windless night. Like PA announcer Ryan Munson just said, God loves football, and we've got a gorgeous night for high school football coming up this evening. Let's take a quick look at some other scores in playoffs right now. Harriet-Selby area out to a 38-0 lead on Avon in a game on KMLO-FM. Sully Buttes and Irene Wakanda in a dogfight at halftime. They're at 14-14. Kadoka area and DeSmet. They're just getting started in 9B. So are Hitchcock-Tulare and Del Rapids St. Mary. In 9A, Lyman leading Castlewood now 12-10 with about 3 minutes left in the second quarter. That is on KPLO. The other three games are all kicking off right about now. Same for 9AA, 7 o'clock kickoffs, including, Central South Dakota. The closest team in action in 9AA is the Wall Eagles, the top seed, playing host to Bonham. In 11B, winner is out to a 16-8 lead now on Dual as they're finding out that this, I think, the most competitive night in high school football across the state. Hot Springs still leads 7-0 at halftime at Aberdeen Roncalli. Elk Point Jefferson's looking good, though. The Huskies lead Redfield 35-0. And so far in 11AAT area at halftime leads Watertown 21-0, Aberdeen 20-0 on top of Spearfish. The opening kickoff brought to you by Comtech Communication and Electronic Services in Pierre, and the Scoopers put it up in the air. Short kick, end over end, taken at about the 15-yard line by the Governors, and this is Trey Lewis out to the right side, still on his feet across midfield. 40, 30, the Governors are going to start with a big lead right away as Trey Lewis goes 85 yards, or is that Jaden Weeby? The numbers are wrong already. Jaden Weeby right off the bat, 85 yards, cutting it to the outside, and the Governors, just like that, have a 6-0 lead. Well, that's why the Governors like to get the opening kick, but that's the first time they've had a kickoff return or a punt return, a kick return of any kind all season long, as the Governors just set up the wall on the outside.
Yeah, you get that short high kick and just give him an opportunity to get underneath it and hit his speed going. So I mean that's exactly what we're looking for in this first game here.
So the Governors with Ryland Darien to attempt the PAT. It is up and good. They strike quickly with an 85-yard kickoff return. 13 seconds in, 7-0 Governors. We'll take a 30-second break, and we're back with more playoff football on River 92.7 and drgnews.com.
This Governor's hard for it. You took care of it, and it took care of you, your friends, and maybe that someone special. And through it all, your first car. It might not have been perfect, but that didn't matter. You loved it because you worked hard for it. You took care of it, and it took care of you, your friends, and maybe that someone special. And through it all, we were there working with you, for you, to make sure it was a smooth ride. Farmers Union Insurance. More choices, great rates, local agents. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today. Your first.
John Wayne called. He's a little bit younger than the play-by-play guy, but hey, birthday present right off the bat there for you, Coach.
I thought we were going to keep that
quiet. Not likely. Governors in green and white tonight. It's like we're stepping back into the 80s as Ryland Dairy will kick off with the left foot from right to left. Scoopers will let it go into the end zone, and they'll start with a touchback on their own 20-yard line as Aiden Hederman just lets it fly. Good kick there for Ryland Dairy, and again, a good start for the Governors, who lead early 7-0. Big kick return. Again, it is Jaden Wiebe, the senior, kind of leading the way, and I think it was almost as if the Governors really wanted to do whatever they could to lead Jaden Wiebe the distance on that one. It just looked like everybody had exactly their job in mind, and I think that's where the Governors' focus may be tonight. Just come out and get the job done, and maybe no screwing around, so to speak.
And I think that has to be their biggest key to success tonight, is just staying consistent and just doing what they do best and try to find a balanced offensive attack. And obviously if you can score some points on the old special teams, it's definitely a bonus.
Scoopers, a passing offense. Right away they want to go to the air, but Owen Cass has nowhere to go as he'll be taken down. A quarterback sack, hit back inside the 10-yard line, and Emmett Anderson was the one who gets there. A loss all the way back to the 6-yard line. That's a loss of 14, so a tough way for the Scoopers to start. And they'll have it second down and 24. Governors good coverage downfield. Cass lined up in the shotgun on the first play. He'll come out in the gun again. Spread formation with two receivers right. That's our near side. They'll keep it on the ground. Here's Gunnar Roloff. He's the featured back. And he's got a pretty good gain coming out from deep in their own red zone, out across the 10 to about the 15-yard line. A couple of Governors will stack him up from there. And Gavin Stotts, who was wearing number 50 tonight instead of number 44, in on the stop. And same for, 50 is Chase Sarda. Gavin Stotts, 54. Good gain, as we mentioned, out to about the 16. That'll be a gain of 10 for Gunnar Roloff on his first carry of the night. But 3rd and 14 still to go for Owen Cass, the senior. Unloads at left side. Single coverage out on the far sideline, and the pass will fall incomplete. Spencer Schonsberg in coverage. And Dylan DeShock, the intended receiver.
Good start there defensively when you start looking at it. I mean, I like I think the game plan tonight's got to be maybe softening up those corners a little bit and really focusing on that pass, and hopefully our line can get to the quarterback in time. Good run there, obviously, but I think that's something where that whole bend, don't break mentality is going to come into play tonight, where we're going to be willing to give up some of those run yards in order to make sure that they don't get that deep ball and score that way.
Here comes the punt, stepping up from the 5-yard line, and not a fair catch taken. This is Jaden Wiebe, who already had that kickoff return. Took it at about the 50-yard line, advances into Sturgis territory, taken down at the 42. That'll be a net of 26 yards for the punt of the Sturgis Scoopers. Governors have it in good field position with 10:16 to play, leading 7-0. Yeah, I think the coaching staff of the Governors, knowing Sturgis wants to throw the ball on that last play, sure, they got pinned back deep. They just they wanted to get see if they could just get a long pass completed. Governors will stay on the short route in their first play from scrimmage on offense, and Jet Zabel coming across, takes the receive from Lincoln Keenholz, delivering on his first pass attempt. Zabel makes his moves and is able to pick up a first down out on the far side inside the 35 down to about the 31-yard line. Pickup of 11 right off the bat.
I like seeing Zabel getting in there right away and getting the ball and just kind of, I figured maybe he'd be one as a decoy tonight, but
Keenholz to Kruger over the middle, 20-yard line, and turning the corner on the far side. Touchdown Governors. And once again, Brecken Kruger gets him started just as he did last week, and he had the first big touchdown 2 weeks ago in the game against the T-Area Titans. 2 plays this time, 31 yards as it turns out on the touchdown play from Lincoln Keenholz to Brecken Kruger, and the Governors lead 13-0. So definitely turning out the way the Governors had hoped right off the bat, as Ryland Derry will line up for another PAT attempt. Clock stops at 10 minutes to go, so just 2 minutes in. Derry's kick is up and good. The Governors, after 2 minutes of play, have a 14-0 lead here in the quarterfinal round of the 11AA postseason. Another 30-second break, and we're back for a Pierre kick. This is Governor football.
It might not have been perfect, but that didn't matter. You loved it because you worked hard for it. You took care of it, and it took care of you, your friends, and maybe that someone special. And through it all, we were there working with you, for you, to make sure it was a smooth ride. Farmers Union Insurance. More choices, great rates, local agents. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today. Your first car.
As community bankers,
First offensive possession for the Governors. They return the opening kick for a touchdown, 85 yards from Jaden Wiebe. They hold the Scoopers to 3 and out, and 2 plays and 42 yards in quick work on their essentially first offensive possession. Lincoln Keenholz hit an 11-yarder to Jet Zabel, then 31 yards to Brecken Kruger. With 10 minutes to go, Pierre already on top by the score of 14-0. That drive really only 16 seconds in 2 plays for those 42 yards. Deep man for the Scoopers. Hederman takes it at the 5-yard line, comes up near side of the Governors, giving pursuit. Will run him out of bounds. Hederman will reach about the 20-yard line, and Sturgis will try on their second offensive possession. And I think right now for the Scoopers, they don't want to see what happened last time in taking a big sack and getting deep in their own territory where, in long yardage situations where their playbook really doesn't allow for them to maybe make plays. You definitely want to keep things moving forward, methodical as it may need to be, but it's just time to make plays now for Sturgis.
Yeah, I got to imagine you're going to see a little change in their pace here, and not so much maybe going for a deep ball, but just trying quick outs, maybe something that they can get out real quickly out of his hands and not allow our defensive line to get to that quarterback.
To the ground they go with Gunnar Roloff. He'll come around left tackle and straight up the middle of the field. Chance Sarda once again giving good chase, and a decent gain here. Good start out to the 25 of the Scoopers. 2nd down and 5 from there. Roloff has carried the ball 2 times, but you can see he can be a tough guy to bring down. 800 yards on the season for an offense, as we mentioned, does like to throw the football. 3 receivers left, 1 to the near side right. Ball's right in the middle of the field. Cass will take the shotgun snap. Quick hitters out to the far side. Pass is caught, turning upfield. First down, tight end Reese Jacobs across the 30 to about the 33, and a gain of 8.
Good defense. Good offense. I think those are plays that we're going to expect to see from here on out, like we already said. And so, again, that whole bend don't break mentality, and if you give them a couple yards here and there, it's good. But obviously don't let them drive down the field and put anything in the end zone. Governors leading early
14-0, and they can do the bend don't break thing right now. They have that luxury a little bit early on. Far hash mark. Moving left to right, Sturgis and Road White with the black numbers, black pants, black helmets. Roloff, they'll trying to come to the near side around the end. Unable to turn the corner. Guys like E.J. Bucci giving chase. There's Chance Sarda once again. Brother Chase Sarda in on the stop. That's a loss of a yard back to the 32.
you got to love the way that those linebackers feel. I mean, it's just, as soon as they read that read, it's just going downhill as quickly as they can and getting to that ball.
A lot of times you assume your linebackers are really your best defensive players. I think that's certainly the norm here for the Governors, but instead of 4 or 3, you've got 5 really good ones out there that run every play. Cass on 2nd and 11, hands off to Roloff, loses his footing and runs into a brick wall at the same time. Emmett Anderson or Josh Rydberg. It looks like, nope, it's 51, Anderson. In on the stop here. No gain, just back to the line of scrimmage. Now 3rd and 11 after the Scoopers picked up a quick first down. Here they are in 3rd and long.
I'm still trying to get these jersey numbers figured out yet. I mean, we got some guys switching up a little bit tonight, so.
Well, Gavin Stotts and Chance Sarda, the thing is, they may have to play some offensive line tonight, so they have to have eligible numbers to do that. Look at this run by Roloff. Nice move as he makes his way through the right side of the line, 35-40, up to about the 43. This is going to be close to a first down. In fact, they won't even measure. He's got the 43, gain of 11. And I'll tell you, Roloff, as soon as he took that, he realized he needed to make a move early as the Governors had penetrated a little bit, but glanced by the initial penetration.
There wasn't much there.
And then he got into open space. So the Scoopers moving the ball, starting at their 20-yard line, 23 yards on 5 plays on their second possession here. 7:18 clock running. Roloff will go left side this time, cuts back, and he's close to another first down into Governor territory across the 50 and to the Pier 48. Looks like he'll be just shy of a first down this time. We'll call it, nope, they're going to move the chains.
Impressed with that offensive line from Sturgis there. They had some really good downfield blocks there and make sure they secured that hole and able to give me some room.
So into Pier territory at the 48, 1st and 10 once again. Governors realizing maybe playing the pass, but have to do it on the run here. And boy, almost jumping the route was Trey Lewis here. Pass intended for Jacobs, unable to get to that. I don't know if Lewis knocked that one down, but a dangerous quick out here for the Scoopers, but it falls incomplete.
I got to imagine there is a good scenario there of kids watching some game film and just knowing what play's coming and obviously able to read exactly what was going to occur there.
6:51 to go first quarter. Pier on top, 14-0. 2nd and 10 for the Scoopers, though, as they move west to east. And again, no wind tonight. The flag is resting comfortably. Cass backing off, wants to throw over the middle, almost intercepted. Unable to haul it in, though, is Spencer Eastland as he was giving chase and closed in quickly on the intended receiver. Tie and bust going down the middle from the slot. Eastland had an opportunity, and I think that pass may have been floated just a little bit by Owen Cass, but you can see even throwing off his back foot, he does have an arm. He threw that ball about 30 yards downfield.
Yeah, Bus had a step on him there. I think if he'd have maybe just gotten a little more underneath it and got it downfield a little bit more, maybe he'll make something happen there, but great closing speed by Spence.
3rd and 10, play action, rolling left now. Pass is intercepted this time. Chase Sarda on the far side flat. And he'll come up another 5 yards right back to about the line of scrimmage where that play began. But Chase Sarda steps in front and has the interception. The Governors will have it back. 1st and 10 at their own 48-yard line.
Give credit to Mr. Sarda there on that interception, but obviously you got to look at the linemen and how they, basically forcing the quarterback out of the pocket there and made him make a throw he probably didn't want to have to make, especially about 10 yards deep behind the line of scrimmage there.
First turnover for the Scoopers, first turnover of this game. Now a quick bubble screen here out to the near side. Cade Kaiser trying to split blockers and defenders, cannot get away from Cale Jolly, the safety, coming up to make a good stop. Governors do cross the barrier into Scooper territory, though. They'll have it at the 46-yard line. And 2nd and about 4 after a gain of 6. Talked with Cade's dad tonight, Bill Kaiser, who just made the comment that sticks with me. What a horrible night for football, as it turned out, is what he said. Quick hitter near side, Jack Merkwan. And a first down gain inside the 40, down to the 35. Merkwan, the senior, with his first catch of the night. They'll spot it down to the 34. Scooper defenders, they know as well they'll have to cover. Definitely a lot of talented receivers down the field. Now 4 of which have caught 1 pass each. Lincoln Keno's 4 for 4 with a touchdown so far. 31 yards to Brecken Kruger. And we got a flag that'll be thrown here. Keno's clapping to receive the snap, but we'll see what this one is. Kevin Ball, the official, says false start. Governors. Somebody flinching early. This will be the first Pierre penalty of the night. That'll mark them back to the 39-yard line. Well, fans on the all-time yardage countdown for Lincoln Keno's coming into this game, 376 yards shy of the 9-man all-time leader, Cody Thompson of Lemon McIntosh. Off to a good start here, 4 for 4. Surveys and throws over the middle. Merkwan on the pattern, but a nice job in coverage here. The Scoopers break it up. That's Aiden Hederman. Hederman is a lanky cover corner. He just got a long arm in there to defend the pass, and it'll be 2nd and 15 for the Govs.
Yeah, I don't know if that ball could have been thrown any better. He just had really good closing speed on that. It looks like Link had to wait just a split second longer than what he wanted to make that pass, and allowed him to close that.
Had plenty of time to survey the field, though. He went with Merkwan trying to get that deep post pattern. Now looking left this time on 2nd down. Goes to a different option. That's Jet Zabel, who takes to the turf to haul this one in toward the far sideline. Short gain this time at about 4 yards. It'll give him to the 35. And then the Governors will have a 3rd and 11. So far, Scooper defense got to be happy with their production here.
I tell you what, I'm a little excited to see what Link's going to do tonight, just watching the Sturgis defense, because they're not getting a lot of pressure on him early. I mean, their corners are doing a really good job in securing their receivers, but tell you what, you give him time back there just to sit in that pocket and make a good throw. I think it's just going to be a great night for him again.
Looks like we've got some VIPs on the sideline, too, wearing a purple W on their hats.
Down there,
that doesn't stand for winner, by the way. All right, timeout coming here for the Governors. 4 minutes and 38 seconds left first quarter. First timeout of our ball game, and it's charged timeout to Pierre. Timeouts in our broadcast are brought to you by Coca-Cola Bottling. Let's take a 60-second break. We're back. The Governors lead 14-0, River 92.7.
BankWest employees are deeply committed to supporting local causes, growing the local economy, and creating local opportunities. At a time when you can bank anywhere, we hope you choose BankWest. We'll be your financial partner for the long haul, helping you and your community achieve financial success. BankWest. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
What if we said a bank isn't a place to lock up money? It's a place to set it free. If you're ready to change what you get out of banking, start a relationship with us. American Bank and Trust.
One way American Bank and Trust enjoys giving back to the Pierre community is through our Spirit Card program. These cards are a great way to give back to our schools and show hometown pride. Call or stop in today to get your own Spirit Card. Go Governors!
9762.
Back at Phil Troutner Stadium, Hollister Field out of the Pierre timeout on 3rd and 10. Keno's looks left, throws over the middle. Receiver falls down, but there's contact, and George Stolley, the intended receiver, going to be ruled as being interfered with. We've got pass interference by the Scoopers downfield. Stolley fell at the 10-yard line, apparently had, unfortunately, some help in that, but Pierre going to get the helper 15-yard penalty, and that'll be a first down for Pierre. So to the 20-yard line it'll go. The Governors will have it in the red zone here, leading 14-0. Didn't see what happened on there, but must have taken a push or something more than just incidental contact.
It was definitely more than a push as well. They kind of dropped the shoulder, and I don't know if they meant to or not, but definitely ran into each other, yeah.
Speaking of dropping his shoulder, Jet Zabel takes a short pass out to the far side, and he lowers the shoulder, his left shoulder, which is the healthy one in this case. With Zabel inside the 15 all the way down to the 11, just shy of a first down, 9 yards on 1st and 10. Keenel 6 out of 7 with 3 completions now to his tight end. Far hash mark, 2nd and 1. We're under 4 minutes to go here, first quarter. Brock Mosier in the backfield with Lincoln Kienholz out of the pistol. He'll get the handoff straight ahead. Mosier's first carry of the game as he keeps his legs churning inside the 5-yard line. Down to the 4. And it looks like that'll be a pickup of about 7. First down and goal to go for Pierre on their third handle of the ball, of the possession tonight. Second, where the offense is doing the dirty work. They started with a game-opening 85-yard kickoff return from Jaden Wiebe. Now with 3.5 minutes to go in the first, Kienholz will be left alone in the backfield. Spotted just inside the 5-yard line. Kienholz, quick throw, batted down. Good job getting in here, and there is the height and the length of the defensive end, or the linebacker from the outside, Jake Vleem. Young man is 6'8", and he made himself about 7'2", getting those arms up. Tough one for Kienholz to try to get to the corner.
Yeah, you throw that ball about anywhere else in the field, it's probably completed, and just obviously thrown right into that tall guy, you're not going to get much accomplished.
Second incompletion for Kienholz. Clock stopping with 3:18 to go. Far hash mark, the Governors at the 4-yard line, and we've got another flag here. Somebody might have gotten a quick jump. It almost looked as if Cade Kaiser perhaps got a quick start before the ball was snapped, and maybe the snap just came a split second too late. So back them up 5 yards. And 2nd and goal at the 4 becomes 2nd and goal at the 9. You're still with plenty of room to work, though. Sturgis in their red zone defense. Nobody back deep in the goal line. Kienholz will take the snap, roll out left side, and open is Cade Kaiser. No, it's Jack Merkwan, caught for a touchdown. Merkwan just roaming across the field. Jack Merkwan, second catch tonight. This one from 9 yards out, good for a touchdown, and Pierre leads it 20-0.
Yeah, and he had two wide open receivers there, and I watched that ball floated a little bit deeper. I thought he was going to go to the first man, and just made a beautiful pass to the second guy.
Merkwan's had some quiet games of late. Good to get that senior back in there too. He has set some records along the way. A lot of people talk about what Lincoln Kienholz has done throwing the football, but of course all of the school receiving yards receiving. Oh, we got a personal foul called here on the Govs.
A little extracurricular there towards the tail end.
Didn't see what happened there, but of course we mentioned Merkwan with school records in all of the receiving categories.
And that's even more impressive than what people realize, just because you already looked tonight. I mean, we've got pass attempts already to, Kienholz, you've got it to Brecken Kruger, you've got Merkwan, you've got Zabel, you've got
Kaiser.
Everybody's basically getting a chance at the ball, and just for the ability to do what he does on a game-by-game basis and have that many yards is impressive.
And George Stolley has a target tonight as well. Ryland Dairy, PAT is good with 3:12 to play. The Governors up their lead at 21-0. They'll kick after a 30-second step away. You're listening to Governor postseason football on River 92.7.
DMC Wear Parts is a proud South Dakota business providing high-quality wear parts for all makes and models of heavy equipment. We quote you direct from multiple manufacturers, cutting out the middleman and getting you better prices than the large dealers. We specialize in cutting edges for motor graders, loaders, snowplows, and more. We offer complete undercarriages for dozers, excavators, pavers, and skid steers, including rubber tracks. Click to visit dmcwearparts.com or call or text 605-840-8082.
8 plays and 52 yards for the Governors, covering 3 minutes and 27 seconds. Jack Merkwan taking a 9-yard scoring pass from Lincoln Kienholz. And Ryland Dairy tacking on the PAT. Governors lead 21-0. Still 3:12 to play. Quarter number 1. Kienholz with his second touchdown pass on the season. As I'm sitting here trying to do the math on where he is right now in touchdown passes and total touchdowns on the season. We'll work that out a little bit later on. Dairy gets a kick up. It'll be taken by The up man here inside the 30-yard line, short kick. I believe that was number 13, Jaden Blair, a 150-pound sophomore. Takes it far side up across the 35, and the best starting field position in 3 tries so far for the Sturgis Scoopers. We'll have them at their own 38-yard line. 3:08 to play. Sturgis, you're a team that comes in here, you know you're a big underdog, and I think as we talked with Coach Koletsky, it's just put your best effort out there, and maybe you can make some good things happen. If it ends up being the last game of the season, well, go out fighting, and that's what you love about high school sports as well. Scoopers on 1st and 10. Ground attack coming here as Sarda runs down. Gunner Roloff, but he's got to wrestle him forward, and looks like Roloff going to have another first down. Right now it looks like the Scoopers can run all night on the Governors until they can prove that they can stop the run here.
Yeah, and again, I mean, I still think we go back to that. You know, we talked a little bit earlier about just you're probably willing to give some of that stuff up just to make sure they don't get that. Because, I mean, give them credit. They still got a chance to, throw the ball deep. They got a great receiver. They can turn things around pretty quickly here on the offensive side as well, and obviously put a lot of emphasis on Bus.
Keep it on the ground again. Roloff will go left side. He wants to cut back at the 50-yard line, middle of the field. He'll be stuffed right there. Maybe get to the Pier 49. Gavin Stott's in there. Sarda as well. So it is Sarda at 50, wearing 54. Stotzi's got number 50 tonight. Gain of a couple here, 2nd down and 8 for Gunner Roloff. And I think if Sturgis may have to just go to the old MO of use the run to set up the pass instead of wanting to pass first. But now they want to pass on 2nd and 8. Rolling out, here comes Machachok, but Cass unloads. And he's got his guy here near side, Deegan Huska covering up, but Gavin Leitenberg will haul it in. Short of a first down, but still a positive gain for the Scoopers inside the 45, call it the 44. Pick up a 5. Good job of escapability there for Owen Cass.
And you got to love the athleticism of Jason Machachek there as well. As just, getting through that line, nice little quick move and getting past. I think it was a running back that was trying to block him. I can't imagine what's going through his mind when you've got somebody his size with the full head of steam coming at you, but didn't obviously get the job done there on blocking him.
3rd and 3, Cass in the gun. There's a flag thrown by the far side official. This play doesn't happen. And see if the receiver flinched. I don't think the Governors jumped across the line out there. Sturgis may be backed up here. It's offside on the Governors. Oh, that's interesting. So tack on 5, and on 3rd and 3, the Governors going to help out the Scoopers to a first down at the Pier 39. 3rd 5-yard penalty counted against Pier tonight. So move the chains as everybody will continue to look from left to right. Here on the grandstand side, Roloff in behind Cass. They'll stick with him straight up the middle as he protects the football. Not much room to run, though. Line of scrimmage may be gained here. Well, this is not. This is a new running back as well. It's Olin Udager, a 145-pound junior. Didn't have a lot of room to run. He is the 2nd leading ground gainer for the Scoopers this season.
The play I'm waiting to see out of Sturgis yet is they've got that big 88 there. What's he standing at 6'8" right now? I got to imagine they're going to try to get him involved in this game a little bit and just utilize his height.
Jake Vleem is the tight end on the right side. Took his time. They actually went right to him across the middle, but an ankle tackle there by Gavin Stotts to get the big fella down, and he'll just fall forward for a gain of a yard.
Not quite the play I was thinking they were going to get him on, but they definitely did.
Well, and I watched Vleem as we were seeing that play develop, and he just kind of waited, but then he just came right across the middle, sat in the zone, but and as he received the pass, he just didn't have any room to run. Gavin Stotts closed so quickly, but I think you're thinking maybe get him going down the middle of the field like Jackson Edmond for the Governors was earlier this season, and he can reach up over the top of everybody, haul in a high pass. 3rd and 9 for Sturgis. Cass wants to go over the middle. Pass may have been tipped and then missed by Gavin Leitenberg, almost intercepted on the carom by the Governors at the 25-yard line. Schonsberg had an opportunity. He might have actually interrupted that pass initially as Leitenberg was distracted and was not able to haul it in himself.
I don't know if he's even looking for the ball. I mean, he had 4 DBs surrounding him at one time there, and I don't think he had any idea he was getting the ball. I mean, 88 actually in the flats had a couple steps on his defender over there. I figured he was going to probably go out there outside.
4 down territory for the Scoops with 26 seconds to go. Ball in between the hash marks, closer to the far side. Heading left to right, an empty backfield for the quarterback. Cass starts, looking left, still looking in that direction. Great protection, now unloads, has his man to the 21-yard line. It's Tyan Buss, who will be upended after receiving that pass by Lincoln Keenholz. Tough tackle here for Lincoln, playing safety, but a good receive for Buss to the 21-yard line. What credit there deserving is the offensive line, as Cass had all day to throw that one. Buss with his first receive on the night. 4 receivers with 1 catch each now for the Scoopers, but that'll run out the first half after they restarted the clock. From the first down, it'll be 1st and 10 at the 21 when the Scoopers come back in that second quarter.
Wilbur Ellis. Our forward-thinking approach to crop protection, nutrition, and seed development combines years of service and expertise to the latest technology wherever you are, whatever your needs. We offer seed sales, providing Integra, DeKalb, and NK seed, fertilizer and chemical application, which includes ground and air spray, and more. Much more. We're proud to sponsor all area sports and activities with locations in Miller, Highmore, and Blunt. Wilbur Ellis.
Dakota Antler is the biggest antler buyer in our region. Tony and Derek pay cash all year long for antlers and horns. Deer, elk, moose, and sheep can be cash in your pocket. They'll come to you, too. Find them on Dakota Antlers LLC or online at dakotaantlers.com. You can also give them a call to set up an appointment. Call Derek at 605-360-3749 or Tony at 605-730-0108. Dakota Antler, a proud supporter of all local athletics and activities. Dakota.
Your first car. It might not have been perfect, but that didn't matter. You loved it because you worked hard for it. You took care of it, and it took care of you, your friends, and maybe that someone special. And through it all, we were there working with you, for you, to make sure it was a smooth ride. Farmers Union Insurance. More choices, great rates, local agents. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today. Your
quarter trying to break the scoreboard here, but an unload and to get rid of it, kind of a pass here for Owen Cass as the Governors brought the pressure, rolled out to the right but threw to nobody. That'll be 2nd and 10. Sturgis with a couple of first downs here, got a little help from the Governors. In fact, 3 first downs on this possession, which started back at their own 38-yard line. And again, Sturgis making some plays. They just had a beautiful pass completion from Owen Cass to Tyan Buss on the last play of the first quarter. But now 2nd and 10. Cass 4 out of 10 throwing the football. They'll stay on the ground with Gunnar Roloff near side. Looked like he had a seam to run through. Here we'll cover that up, but Roloff still with a positive gain inside the 20. Chance Sarda in there, Trey Lewis as well, and we'll call this one to the 16 for a pickup of 5. Roloff with 9 carries on the night now. Just underway, second quarter. Got a good game going on up in Oneida. Third quarter, 4 minutes to go. Sully Buttes leading Irene Wakanda 22-20. The Buttes beating Potter County by a slim margin a couple of weeks ago, and another close game playing for their fallen coach, Mark Seffner. Gavin Leitenberg near side turns it upfield, up the sideline. He is going to get a first down inside the 10-yard line. And here come the Scoopers, as Jacob Mayer and company will run him out of bounds. It's a good play by Leitenberg, who came back to receive that pass, but he knew that the best thing to do is turn it back toward the outside first down goal to go on an 8-yard pickup.
Yeah, name of the game right now for, just on our defense, just, make that first man miss, or for their offense, I should say, and just, you get past that one guy, and he's going to have a little bit of room to run.
Cass in the backfield, and he fumbles the snap. It might have been a little bit low. Couldn't do anything with it. Trey Lewis gets in there quick, tackle for loss, all the way back out to about the 15-yard line. Byron Holt was in at a running back on that play, but nothing happens except for a loss of 6.
I think we're going to see our line. Obviously we have it ready. We're going to give their offensive line a little bit of fits. It looks like about 75% of the time we're just bringing 3 guys, and then all of a sudden you put 4 or 5 guys up on the line. I think the offensive linemen are probably trying to figure out, okay, who's coming, who's not coming, right? Who do I need to block? And sometimes that assignment can get messed up a little bit.
Roll off back into the backfield. They'll fake it to him. Cass rolls out to the right. He's all the way back to the 25-yard line. Throws over the middle. Much too tall, though, for Aiden Hederman, the intended receiver. Jaden Wiebe right there with him. And Owen Cass may have just gotten rid of that without any other options. So, again, the Governors, and you talk about those assignments, I would imagine, Coach, it's those offensive linemen, even this late in the season, there's probably situations that they've faced before, but still in the heat of battle, and especially down 21-0 with a scoring opportunity in front of you that you don't want to let slip away. It's a tough situation, I think, mentally when you get put in that spot. Here's Cass on 3rd and long, but a goal to go situation, and Huska will knock a pass down intended for Reese Jacobs just inside the 5-yard line. Huska, he may have timed that perfectly, maybe a little better than that, to be honest.
I thought maybe a little better than that, but maybe he kind of had shielded from that back judge. Wasn't able to see that hand come across. But, yeah, and you go back to the linemen, you talk about their schemes and you talk about their, what their assignments are. But realistically, they probably haven't faced a defensive lineman like we're putting up as far as the speed and the athleticism that and the size that we have right now.
4th and goal from the 14-yard line. The Scoopers just sent 4 guys out wide. They want to go left side to tie and bust, double covered. Cass overthrows, and the Scoopers will come up empty as they'll fall short on downs here. Sturgis with a good drive. In fact, one that went 14 plays, but it stalls at the Governor 14-yard line with 3 incompletions, and Pierre will take over from there with 10-11 to play in the second quarter. Pierre on top, 21-0. So the Governor defense bent but did not break. It's actually a term we use quite a bit, but it certainly fits. It's not a bad way to play.
No, and I know your goal as a defense probably is to sit back and not give any yards up and any touchdowns up and any first downs, but a lot of times that doesn't happen.
Keenel's picked off by Vleem at the 20-yard line. Vleem running far side. Governors will run him down, but Keenel's hit as he threw. And Jake Vleem picks him off on a pass where I don't believe he saw it, of all people, 6'8", Jake Vleem. So Keenel's is turned away, as are the Governors, their first turnover of the night. Lincoln with a couple of touchdown passes, but Sturgis gets it right back, and now they've got 1st and goal at the Governor 6-yard line. What a turn of events here in favor of the Scoopers. So we'll see if they can get a reprieve here and take advantage of it. Far hash mark with Cass in the pistol. Gonna roll off in behind him, offset to the left. He'll take the handoff straight up the gut. He'll get a yard, maybe 2 at best, right up the hash and inside the 5. Looks like that's about where they'll mark him. Governors converged well and clogged up the lane.
Yeah, what do you do here for Sturgis? You try to throw the ball, right? And obviously our corners are playing a pretty good defense right now and not making much happen there. You keep driving the ball down, down the field. Obviously you got 3, I shouldn't say down the field, but 3 yards to go. You just keep stuffing it right down the middle, and hopefully you get in.
Well, I still like Roloff. He's been able to pick up yardage, even though the Governors are doing a pretty good job here. Roloff spins away from the initial contact, this time from Joshua Rydberg. Rydberg stays with him, comes back, hauls him down, but a positive gain here, down to about the 2-yard line. Nope, they'll put it back at the 3 and call it a gain of 2. But right now, he's been their most consistent yardage gainer in this first half. Now with 8:50, clock running. 21-0 Governors. The Scoopers taking a Lincoln Kenoll's interception, trying to punch one in. Get on the board for the first time. Again, Roloff with blockers. Right side, turns it up and scores. Touchdown Scoopers from 3 yards out. Gunnar Roloff, 3 plays from the 6 yards, points off turnovers, and the Scoopers get the score. And that's what Sturgis has been able to do, even though it took them 3 tries in this sequence. But Roloff has done a great job in finding the open spaces to run through. And now we've got movement before the snap here. Sully Jost is the place kicker for the Sturgis Scoopers. In fact, Sturgis has used 2 different kickers for much of the season. Jost will get the first opportunity, but we've got offside called on the Governors as they get a little bit antsy.
It surprised me a little bit tonight. It just seems like we kind of doing a pretty good job controlling that line of scrimmage when we want to. Obviously, they're running. They got a couple yards here with the runs and so on, but just doesn't seem like we really need to be quite that antsy right now to stop them in their tracks. And hopefully it's something we can kind of slow down a little bit.
PAT for Jost. Looked like he hooked it a little bit to the left, but it's inside that left upright. Sturgis gets the +1, and the Scoopers are on the board with 8:36 to play. New score, the Governors 21 and Sturgis 7. Scoopers will kick when we come back. 30 seconds, we'll step away. You're listening to Pierre Governor Playoff Football.
That moment when you realize your furnace is stone cold busted. We're talking a real put on every sweater you own, I can't feel my feet, penguin predicament. But fear not, there's an expert for that.
Let your local heating experts at Pites Service Experts keep you warm with $50 off any furnace repair.
Like it toasty? There's an expert for that.
Call Pites Service Experts at 866-EXPERTS. See website for license details.
Acres Ahead is back with AgTegra Cooperative. Now is the time to secure product, lock in early.
With Lincoln Kenoll's throwing a surprise interception. Jake Bleem stepped in front of into the passing lane and returned it to the 6-yard line. 3 plays later, Gunnar Roloff runs one in from 3 yards out. Sully Jost with the PAT, and Sturgis is on the board. 21-7 our score. And the Governors, and I would think Governor fans, certainly not overly concerned yet, but you certainly don't want to play any sloppier. I'm not saying that was a sloppy possession last time, but you don't want to take anything for granted, no doubt about it, when Sturgis has really nothing to lose here in this game. That's the MO of any underdog in a playoff situation on the road.
Well, and Coach Steele said it best at the beginning of the game where he's like, well, we're going to try. Oh,
I was wondering. I got to be honest. Onside kick. This one goes out of bounds as Sturgis, with nothing to lose, trying to get another possession.
And a good opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't want to lose the points you were going to make here.
Yeah,
but
you just look at, you just talked about that balanced, sustained drive. How many balls have we seen downfield yet out of our offense? And I don't know if we've really seen one that's gone past, 15 yards and, just trying to get everybody kind of incorporated, but yet we're just making those quick little passes. You kind of wonder maybe if we won't try to open things up here a little bit and get those points back somehow.
Well, so Sturgis trying that surprise onside. It actually went out of bounds at the Pierre 44-yard line. Normally you'd get it at the 35 if it was further downfield, but they'll take the ball where it went out of bounds. Pierre has good field position with a 21-7 lead. 8:36 to go. They'll start on the ground. Brock Mosier with running room. 45 to the 50, near side. Caught up to inside the 45 and brought down at the Sturgis Scooper 40-yard line. Good start for Brock Mosier, although it looks like he's a little slow. Nope, that's Kaiser slow in getting up. Coming in to help out, throwing a block. Kaiser may limp off the field and going to get some things righted there, but a good start here. 16 yards on the rumble from Brock Mosier.
And speaking of the running game, we haven't seen Keenholz do much with his legs yet tonight either. So it just kind of seems like whenever he's ready to turn it on with his feet, he has that ability to do that as well.
Certainly. The game hasn't dictated that, but I just tell you what, I love watching Brock Mosier run when he's in open space, and he got some space to run in there. 1st and 10, Scooper, 40-yard line, high snap, and Mosier has it from Keenholz again, bounces off of first contact, steps over a defender on the 35, and drags him down to the 32. Another good run for Mosier, brought down by Gavin Sundstrom out of the defensive backfield, a pickup of about 8 more.
Those are plays looking like they could go about any time as well. Our offensive linemen's driving their guys down 5-7 yards down the field, and you can maintain. Our coach Morello, he used to say 3 to 30 yards is all you need every play. You get 3 to 30, get 4 yards, 5 yards a pop. You're going to sustain a pretty good drive.
2nd and 3. Keenholz going to go to the air, this time straight up the middle, and it's Jet Zabel. Turns around, stiff arm, Sundstrom, high steps inside the 5 to the touchdown. Jet Zabel, not to be denied, coming over the middle, takes the pass, and he runs it 32 yards for a score. That was that sore shoulder that he used to stiff arm Gavin Sundstrom. Leapt over another man at the 5-yard line. Into the end zone goes Zabel for the touchdown. Keenholz is 3rd through the air. And the Governors respond. A touchdown for the Scoopers. Another one in comeback mode by the Governors. And Ryland Derry with another PAT opportunity here. Govs lead by 20 now, looking for one more. Snap, spot, hold is good. Ryland Derry kicking very well tonight, 4 out of 4 after touchdowns. 28-7, Governors lead on a 3-play, 56-yard scoring drive. 7:20 to play here in the second quarter. Back in 30 seconds for another Governor kick. This is Governor postseason football.
And prices and receive delayed payment terms on your agronomy inputs. Fertilizer, seed, and crop protection purchases from Acres Ahead also qualify for triple play grain premiums, diesel discounts, and feed discounts. Contact your local Agtegra agronomist to learn more on how Acres Ahead can maximize your farm's earning potential straight from the start. Agtegra Cooperative. Strong, stable, dependable.
We all want to be happy, but sometimes that doesn't feel possible. But if you have hope, you have everything. Rising Hope Counseling provides high-quality mental health services with locations across South Dakota. Additionally, by providing telehealth, we ensure South Dakota's rural residents have access to high-quality mental health services. Our team lives and works in your communities, and we understand the unique challenges we face. Schedule an appointment by phone or online today. Rising Hope Counseling, offering hope, healing, and change.
Play that we're used to seeing from Jet Zabel, even though he's been a little banged up here in recent weeks. Still good to see him making plays just like that. 32-yard score. It's 28-7. Derry's kick pushes the Sturgis return man back to the 3-yard line. Good return up the middle, up the near hash mark for number 13, Jaden Blair. Out across the 25 to about the 29. Maybe they'll give him the 30-yard line. Sturgis with a lot of time here to try to get another response. The last few drives you got to like, if you're Sturgis, what they've been able to do. Granted, they want to complete and finish possessions, try to get a touchdown again here, but even aside from that little 6-yard drive after the Vliem interception, they've picked up 7 first downs in their previous 2 possessions, so they are able to move the football.
Yeah, if you're Kletsky, I think you've got to be a little happy with how things are going, and maybe you're kind of against an impossible job tonight, but just even looking forward to next year in the program he's trying to build at Sturgis right now. Again, I think he's seeing some good things that are happening.
Josh Rydberg with penetration. Owen Udiger nowhere to go. He'll be tackled for a loss. Actually never was brought down, but he was wrapped up back at the 28-yard line. And a loss of 2 to make it 2nd down and 12. Udiger, a smaller runner, but looks like a guy that could definitely do some damage if he gets into open space.
You kind of wonder if they're going to maybe just get him out in the flats and hit a little screen pass out there just to get him some room to run.
Cass with 3 receivers right, goes to one of them. It's the man in the middle here. Pass is caught by Gavin Leitenberg across the 30-yard line. Fairly short gain, but he'll pick it up back to the 34 and a gain of 6. Stotts was right there to bring him down. Leitenberg, it looked like once he caught that ball, was expecting a hit, and and really didn't have a lot of room to make a move. He'll have it 3rd and 6 now from the 34.
No, pretty impressive pass there. I mean, he had zone defense there, and he had 3 guys surround that receiver. He actually had to throw over Chase Sargent in order to get that ball to him. So, again, hats off to him on that throw.
Under 6 minutes to go, second quarter, 28-7 Governors, 3rd and 6, floating, timing pattern, tie and bust, can't get to it. He's overthrown by a couple of yards as Deegan Huska giving chase in coverage. So an incomplete pass will make it 4th and 6. We'll see what Sturgis, who really doesn't have anything to lose, decides to do. It looks like they're swapping personnel. There's an interesting coverage scenario there. You got the best receiver for the Scoopers covered by a Governor linebacker as he broke free from the pattern.
Yeah, I mean, you watch their linemen. I think we brought maybe 5 or 6. Oh, here we go.
Bad punt snap. It's over the head of the punter. And Owen Cass will run it down. He'll kick it out of the end zone up the middle of the field. And all it'll do will bounce all the way out to the 50, 49-yard line, it turns out. Governor's not giving chase, so Owen Cass calmly picks it up and punts it out of the end zone. It turns into just a 15-yard punt, but from where he punted it, turned out to be about a 45-yarder. So a good job there by Owen Cass, the Sturgis punter. Governors will have it, though, with plenty of time as they continue here in the first half, leading 28-7. 5:36 to go. Starting at the Scooper, 49-yard line. And that's one thing, if you're the underdog, as Keenholz goes back to pass, you certainly don't want to give any help to that top-seeded Governor team. Kruger with a quick receive. Just outside of the 40-yard line, they'll call it the 42. Short gain here, and Keenholz just kind of took the easy route as it turned out, even though he had time to throw the football that time.
Yeah, he had a couple of options there. He had wide receiver come out in the flats there. Another guy basically is hitting that little 5, kind of 10-yard out there. And, I think he had a couple options. Just took the open receiver right in front of him.
Second-yard gain for Kruger, his second catch of the game. Had a 31-yard touchdown earlier. He's got his third catch here, 40. Near side to the 30, run out of bounds. And a flag going to be thrown, perhaps, on a hit that ended up being a little late, out of bounds. Inside the 30, ruled out at the 27. That would be a 15-yard gain here for Kruger. As he came up on the up and out, Keenholz delivers, and the discussion here. Flag thrown by the line judge here on the near side. 4:54 to play. Second quarter as we await the call.
Be surprised if they call late hit, but okay.
Helmet to helmet is what they say.
Yeah, I mean, it's the whole game. They've kind of been letting those plays, kind of play out a little bit on the sidelines. I guess that's what I'd have been surprised if it would have been a late hit, but I can definitely see helmet to helmet there.
So if what would be a 15-yard penalty, but at the 27, they'll tack on half the distance to the goal. Now they move it up 13 yards to just outside the 13. And we've got a timeout called on the field here, presumably by the Scoopers. With 4:54 to play, first charge timeout. Timeout's brought to you by Coca-Cola Bottling and Pierre in the red zone again, leading 28-7. Let's break for 30 seconds, and we're back after this Coca-Cola timeout. This is Governor Football.
Are you searching for an epic career in the healthcare field? Look no further. You can get a practical nursing degree from Lake Area Technical College right here at Capital City Campus in Pierre, South Dakota. It's close to home, affordable, hands-on learning, and relevant training, outstanding job placement with an excellent return on your investment, and one of the best nursing programs available in the region. For more information on how you can launch your healthcare career, go to lakeareatech.edu or capitalcitycampus.org.
We all want to be happy, but sometimes that doesn't feel possible.
Back at Hollister Field, the Governors threatening again. Pierre Governor Playoff Football brought to you by your Pierre Sports Marketing sponsors, including Bank West and Brittany Shufflebine Agency, LLC, Beck Motor Company, Dakota Storm Roofing, Dairy Queen, and Kruger Contracting in Pierre. Under 5 minutes to play. Welcome back. Brian Oakland with John Calda here. Keenholz on the up and out. Cade Kaiser wide open, has it at the 7. He loses a tackler at the 5, turns it in 4-6. Touchdown Governors. Lincoln Keenholz to Cade Kaiser from 13 yards out.
they have no answer for that bunch set right now. We could just see that flat opening up, and that as that cornerback just kept backpedaling. You got three guys you're kind of worried about out there and who's coming at you, and just not able to close. And then again, we talk about missing that first man or making that first man miss.
It's what the guys have learned, I think, to just whether it's a stiff arm or just able to keep your legs and feet and your knees kicking up in the air. I mean, it seems like everybody that carries a football in a Pierre Governor uniform, tough to bring down. Ryland Derry, another PAT, and the Governors strike quickly again. 4:46 to play here first half. It's 35-7 Pierre, and we're back in 30 seconds. This is Pierre Governor playoff football.
Wagner Auto Company, South Dakota's old.
But if you have hope, you have everything. Rising Hope Counseling provides high-quality mental health services with locations across South Dakota. Additionally, by providing telehealth, we ensure South Dakota's rural residents have access to high-quality mental health services. Our team lives and works in your communities, and we understand the unique challenges we face. Schedule an appointment by phone or online today. Rising Hope Counseling, offering hope, healing, and change. We all want to be.
Oh, what?
Well, the Governors go 3 plays and 49 yards this time in just 50 seconds. Lincoln Keenholz connecting with Brecken Kruger twice, Kate Kaiser once. For those 49 yards, there was a 13-yard helmet-to-helmet contact penalty tacked on in there as well. Keenholz to Kaiser from 13 yards out. Ryland Derry makes it 35-7. Lincoln Keenholz now with 4 touchdown passes to 4 different receivers here in the first half. Jaden Wiebe also with a kickoff return to start this evening's affairs. 13-yard line, Aiden Hederman will take the kickoff short from Ryland Derry up across the 25 of the far sideline, taken out of bounds at about the 28, maybe the 29. He might even give him the 30-yard line as well, as the Scoopers will try to get a positive effort coming here before halftime. Once again, still plenty of time. 4:42. They'll start at the 28. Governor Special Teams been playing well, covering up. They haven't had a lot of long returns. There was one that started at the 38-yard line a few possessions ago. Here comes Owen Cass and company from the far hash mark. Running back with help in the backfield. Low snap. Cass has to pick it up and try to run with it, but nowhere to go. There again is Gavin Stotts. Cass back across the 25, but still a loss of 2. They've had a few low snaps tonight, and Owen Cass has had his job made a little more difficult a few occasions tonight, Coach.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the center. The center's got a pretty big task ahead of him. Obviously, I mean, he's got a lot on his mind when you've got those big linemen across from you and just maybe rushing things a little bit for him.
There's a point don't know if I finished it earlier, but as the underdog, you just don't want to help out the cause of the top-ranked team in this case, as a screen pass over the middle was just about intercepted by Chance Sarda. Unable to haul that one in. It'll be 3rd down and 12. Coach Koletsky in our pregame conversation said the underclassmen, they've got to give those seniors everything they got. Not saying they're not doing that, but you almost have to play a perfect game, and that doesn't mean making errors that might be errors on a baseball field, or in this case, low snaps and high punt snaps that get over the punters' heads and things like that.
No, you really do have to play a perfect game against them.
Cass gets away from the rush, and he delivers up the near hash mark, almost caught. Good effort, but as Gavin Leitenberg unable to haul it in at the 35. He was diving for the catch. Would have been short of a first down anyway, but it could have been worse if Owen Cass didn't show the elusiveness back in that pocket. It's been a tough night for Cass. 18 pass attempts. There's only 5 completions, and now he'll be back try to attempt a punt. This snap much better. He'll step into it, and he's got a pretty good kick. Trey Lewis with a quick fair catch call. That was a hard line drive. He takes it at the 45-yard line of the Governors, and Pierre will have another opportunity, still with plenty of time in what we would say to run their 2-minute offense, but to be honest, they've got plenty of time. 3:51 to go, so it's a little more than just a 2-minute offense. But like Coach Steele said, that's pretty much what they're always in anyway. They're
absolutely.
2-minute offense, just the way they run.
Score early and often.
The offense. 35-7 Governors. Ball will start in the middle of the field. Pierre moving from left to right here in the second quarter. Governor green jerseys, white pants tonight. First time they've used this color scheme all season long. Brock Mosier will run left side. On 1st and 10, tripped up and a gain of just 3 this time. Up to the 48-yard line. Mosier's 4th tote of the night, 34 yards unofficially. 2nd down and 7. Jack Merkwan wide, far side to the left. Kruger in the slot, Kaiser wide to the right. Here on the near side, Keno's looking in that direction. He'll underthrow Cade Kaiser, who had to go to the ground to try to haul this one in. Short hop, covered closely by D. Daniels. But it'll be 3rd down and 7, and that's a rare miss. I think you can count on one hand all season long how many throws Lincoln Keno's has not delivered.
Yeah, I think he might have felt a little pressure there of a blitz, and so just got rid of that ball a little bit quicker than what he anticipated.
Scoopers jump. They'll let him play. Looked like they were in the neutral zone, but Keno's maybe changing the play a little bit here. Clock stopped, 3:18 to play, and now a flag thrown as the ball is snapped. Yeah, that's a timeout called by the Governors. Coca-Cola timeout at that with 3:17 to go. Let's take a quick 60-second break. 35-7 Governors with 3rd and 7 near midfield. When we come back, this is Pierre Governor postseason football.
Why am I so sore?
There are everyday moments.
We can totally do this ourselves.
That hurt.
And there are epic moments.
This'll be epic! Yeah, that was awesome.
When a moment creates a health need, visit the experts at Avera Orthopedics.
Hi, Doc. My knee.
We'll help you move forward so you can tell the story.
Shoulder, my elbow.
In today's ever-changing housing market, you need a proactive mortgage lender who can guide you through every turn of the process, from your loan application all the way to closing. Jessica Jonkak with First National Bank in Pierre is dedicated to providing that level of service to her customers and making your home purchasing dreams a reality. Call Jessica today at 605-201-5254 or visit firstnationalbanks.com to learn more. First National Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
By calling 224-5966, 224-5966. Swenson Cowan Dental Office is proud to support area youth and their activities, cheering them on to victory. Your family at Swenson Cowan Dental Office in Pierre.
Well, out of the Governor timeout, their second charge. They pass 6 yards to the near side to Cade Kaiser, but D. Daniels brings him down at the Sturgis 46-yard line. That's a gain of 6, but the Governors have it 4th down and 1. Now Keno's gets a chance to run. He gets through the first tackle and inside the 40 to the 35, finally brought down. A 1st down and then some on 4th and a yard for Lincoln Keno's down to the 32. We'll give him 14. First time, as we mentioned earlier, he hasn't had to run the football, but that was the first time they really had a situation where that was the best play to call. Lincoln broke through that first contact. I really thought he was probably going to break it from there and take it to the house, but Sturgis covers it up. Still 1st down Governors as they're on the move in Scooper territory, once again leading by 28, 35-7. Keno's alone in the backfield, will roll to the right. Mosier there to help out if needed. Keno's will tuck and run. Got a Mosier block inside the 30 to the 25. Now spins and brought down by Reese Jacobs at the 20. So another 1st down gain here for Keno's on literally, I think the definition of a run-pass option or a pass-run option there for Lincoln Keno's, just nowhere to go. But I think that option to tuck and run was there all along. Another 12 here for Lincoln.
I'm looking up here. I'm thinking that's a 5-yard run right there, and I've been realizing he just scampered for 10 yards there. That's, again, just the way he does things methodically is just so impressive in the yards that he can carry.
12 yards total, 1st and 10 at the door of the red zone, 20-yard line. Here come the Governors. Mosier out of the backfield. They'll swing it his way. He cuts through a couple of defenders, but a good job by the Scoopers to cover him, and maybe a holding penalty coming here in the backfield for the Govs.
Yeah, Maciejczak got beat there. He had to come back and try to seal him off, make sure he got some yards, and a little block in the back maybe. Holding call, I'm not sure what they're going to end up calling it, but
something you sometimes you don't see an awful lot of really basic calls. As you called it, block in the back here on Jason Maciejczak, in the spot of the foul with the flag several yards behind the line of scrimmage as it rests at the 26. So they'll back the Governors all the way to the 36, essentially a loss of 16 yards on the play. Their fourth penalty counted against them tonight. But those swing passes to Mosier have been very effective a couple of times this season too. Minute and a half to go now. Clock starts up again. Still plenty of time for Pierre. Keenol standing in the pocket. Delivers. Kaiser 25-20. Can't get away from Gavin Sundstrom. Otherwise he's in for 6 more. Good tackle here for Sundstrom in open space, but not until Kaiser gains 23 down to the 13-yard line.
I don't know if you call it a great pass or a great catch. You watch what Kaiser, I mean, he actually run. I mean, the defender comes in and makes contact with him, and as soon as he breaks free from him, that ball is right on him. I mean, again, just watching that play out was just impressive.
Amazing how many times you have to practice that play just to make sure it all times out. Under a minute to go from the 13. Lincoln over the middle. Kruger unable to hang on to it as Sundstrom spun him around. There was a loose ball, and Mosier came in, tried to cover it up. And Leitenberg playing past the whistle as well, just as Mosier was. So both teams playing that one properly, but an incomplete pass as Kruger unable to hang on to that one. So the clock will stop. That actually may help the Governors' cause if they need a couple of plays here to get into the end zone. Leading 35-7 with 48 ticks to go here, second quarter. Pierce scored the first 21 points. Sturgis got 7 points off of a Governor turnover. Governors responded and are on a 14-0 run. Here's Mosier on the ground, slipping through. Short gain, though. He'll get to the 10 and a pickup of 3. And Brock Mosier will be close to a first down. Looks like he'll have it, and they'll start it up again. Stop the clock to move the chains, or in this case, just to drop them. First and goal, as they call it at the 9. We'll give Mosier 4. Keenol's snap, throw over the middle. He leads Kaiser a little too far. Sundstrom and Daniels. Daniels from behind, Sundstrom coming from the middle, helping out. Keenol's may have been rushed a little bit against her, just is getting through there a time or two.
Yeah, I mean, he had 2 guys there. He had a guy come across the middle. He also had his corner route opened up as well. Kind of curious if they won't come back to that. I mean, that's kind of been a signature play for him all year. Letting those guys use their height, and obviously just a good accuracy of a quarterback.
And receiver athleticism, too. Second and goal from the 9. Lincoln back to pass. Has plenty of time. The middle of the field opens up. He'll cut it out to the left to the 5. He's got the goal line. Touchdown. Lincoln Keenol's. Keenol's had that tick, 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 tick in his head, and he just decided, it's about time to tuck and run. He goes 9 yards for his 17th rushing touchdown of the season. The Governors up their lead to 41-7 with just 18 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. A 10-play scoring drive by the Govs. Keenol's with 4 passing touchdowns, now gets one on the ground here. Ryland Derry will try to go 6 for 6 in the kicking department. PAT is up and good. And it's 42-7 with Pierre coming back to kick off one more time here before the halftime break. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Pierre Postseason Football.
Now's your chance for a great deal on smoking fast fiber internet from Venture Communications. Upgrade to the speed you need, up to 1 gig. And with whole home Wi-Fi included as part of your service, experience no-lag gaming, your favorite music, web surfing, HD video streaming, and connect to the latest smart devices. If you're ready for an upgrade, call or visit Venture Communications online.
Back at Phil Troutner Stadium at Hollister Field. Governors, 6th touchdown of the night. This one goes 10 plays and 55 yards. Very patient, albeit in somewhat short time. Running down the second quarter, 3 minutes and 33 seconds off the clock. Lincoln Kenols will run one in from 9 yards out, leaving just 18 seconds on the clock. Ryland Dairy's PAT puts the Govs on top 42-7. And again, you call it the 2-minute drill, but it's a patient running of the 2-minute drill. Maybe the 3-minute drill in that case. Another short kick as Derry's kick comes to a stop on the 23-yard line, right over on the far sideline. And Hederman had to pick it up. Nowhere to go from there, and Sturgis will receive one more possession here. I doubt they'll do much with it here. With 15 seconds to play, they'll have it at their own 24. Sturgis will get the second half kickoff. 8th-seeded Scoopers, top seed Governors coming up at halftime. We'll have all of the scores in throughout South Dakota, especially those 11 AA numbers. The winner of this game next week will play the winner of the Yankton-Brookings matchup. If Pierre wins, of course, that'll be right here, as they've got the home field advantage throughout the postseason. Owen Cass is in the gun. Little running play here as Owen Udiger comes near side. He'll be hit by Deegan Huska. There's a flag thrown in the backfield. Zach Jufs looks like a guilty party, but Huska with a hit on Udiger, who's a little bit slow in getting up. He hit the ground a little hard on that one, getting out to the 30-yard line. Would have been a 6-yard gain. Again, that's pending a penalty, and Udiger going to need a little attention from the Sturgis coaching and training staff. 8 seconds to play. Steve Steele getting a talking to from the man in the white hat, Kevin Ball, probably on how they want to deal with the flag here. But Deegan Huska with a big hit, and just a clean hit, but one of those where Huska in his attempts to get the ball carrier to the ground kind of spun him around, and I think that added to the contact of the ball carrier hitting the turf. And he is up on his feet, walking off under his own power. It was a holding penalty on Jolfs in the backfield, so the Scoopers are backed up inside the 20 to the 16-yard line. It's actually 2 positive yards and then 10 to the negative. Essentially a loss of 8 on that play.
Speaking of Huska, I guess in my mind, I like to kind of think of maybe just a really good double leg, from a good wrestler. We see it a little differently there, but.
Which, by the way, wrestling fans, have you noticed all the wrestling names that are very familiar on both sides of the football here?
That's always fun to see.
Huska, Sarda, you've got Stotts, you've got Zach Jolfs, you've got Reese Jacobs. There's nobody better out there in the wrestling mat than Reese Jacobs is for Sturgis. They'll start the clock up again, and the Scoopers will let it run out. Our first half has come to an end, and on the Gales Gas Service scoreboard, a couple of hiccups for the Governors, but they lead comfortably by the score of 42-7. The scoreboard brought to you by Gales Gas Service in Pierre. We'll pause for 3 minutes, and we'll come back. Your Leiden & Associates halftime break is up next. Leiden & Associates, you'll find them in the Northridge Plaza in Pierre. Ameriprise Financial. 42-7 Governors. This is postseason football for the 5-time 11 AA defending champion Governors. Your official voice of the Governors, River 92.7 and drgnews.com.
For over 70 years, Pitt's Design Build has earned our reputation locally for serving communities across South Dakota. We provide design and building services for schools, hospitals, churches, commercial offices, multifamily housing, and so much more. Pitt's Design Build is conveniently located in Pierre, Mitchell, and Sioux Falls to serve you and your organization. We bring value to our clients by facilitating the design and/or construction process. Give us a call today and check us out at pittsdesignbuild.com for a free building consultation.
At Northern State University, your future starts with an affordable education that's personalized for you. Experience hands-on learning guided by world-class supportive faculty. You'll also enjoy a full campus life with opportunities to choose from numerous student activities and events, all in a safe, welcoming community. At Northern, you'll find a college that's right for you, a place to belong. Your future starts here. Unleash your potential at Northern.
When you're thinking of a new or used car, motorcycle, pickup, or RV, think of us. We make all sorts of vehicle loans. We can set you up with payments that fit your budget. So if you have getting some new wheels in mind, stop by and see us. We'll get you the right loan. Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA. We're big on you.
We're small enough to know your name, but we're big on you.
Scott Darno with Lee Real Estate in Pierre is ready to help you find your dream home. There are 10 things you need to do to buy or sell your home. Number 1, call him at 605-220-2676, and he'll handle the other 9. As your resident realtor on a bike, he will make buying or selling your home feel like a walk in the park, not an Ironman triathlon. Find him on Facebook or email scott@LeeRealEstatePierre.com. Lee Real Estate and Scott are proud sponsors of Central South Dakota Youth Sports and Events broadcast on Live Ticket TV.
Olson Plumbing in Pierre provides complete plumbing and drain cleaning services to commercial and residential customers. Olson Plumbing understands how the simple things in life are often the things we can't live without, and running water is the top of the list. Olson Plumbing offers 24/7 emergency services, and they can be at your location in under an hour in most cases. If you need help with your plumbing system, call Olson Plumbing 605-224-6436. Olson Plumbing.
Graham Tire of Pierre is your premier hometown shop, specializing in tires to fit vehicles, from ATVs to large farm equipment and everything in between. At your tire store next door, you can find a plethora of brand name tires that range from 4 to 10 ply and much more. Our highly skilled technicians can handle brakes, heating, and air conditioning. Call us today at 224-8643 or visit us at grahamtire.com. Graham Tire is a proud sponsor of Pierre and surrounding communities' local activities. Graham
as well here this first half of the first game of the postseason, quarterfinal round. Welcome back. Brian Oakland here with John Calda and company. It's 42-7 Governors, and Pierre got off to a flying start. An opening kickoff return by Jaden Wiebe, even though I called his name wrong the whole way through, but it was an 85-yard kickoff return, and just like that, with Ryland Dairy's PAT 13 seconds in, the Governors led 7-0. Their defense does the job too, holding Sturgis to a 3-and-out after a 14-yard loss on a sack of the quarterback, put the Scoopers back deep in their own territory. Once they punted it out of there, the Governors with a 42-yard drive on just 2 plays, and Lincoln Kenols hooking up with Brecken Kruger from 31 yards out. The PAT makes it 14-0, and we're just 2 minutes into this game. Sturgis showing some life, picking up 3 first downs, but a drive that stalled at the 48-yard line actually turned into an interception. Owen Cass was picked off by Chase Sarda, as Sarda able to return it to the 48 once again, and the Governors from there go 8 plays, 48 yards, and Lincoln Kenols hooks up with Jack Merkwan from 9 yards out. Ryland Dairy's PAT makes it 21-0, still with 3:12 left in the first quarter. Sturgis had a very productive drive coming back, starting at their own 38-yard line, got as deep as the Pierre 8-yard line, but a loss on a play with a bad snap put him back at the 14. 3 pass plays after that, and Sturgis turned it over on downs. Governors take over on the 14, but on the first play of the next possession for the Governors, Lincoln Kenols was picked off by surprise by Jake Vleem, a long-armed 6'8" linebacker, as Vleem returned it to the Pierre 6-yard line. 3 plays later, the Sturgis offense does punch it in. 3 run plays by Gavin Roloff, the last one from 3 yards out, and Sully Jost puts a PAT through with 8:36 left in the second. Sturgis on the board, trailing 21-7. Governors come right back, though. They go 56 yards. Sturgis tried a surprise onside kick, but it went through the hands of a wide the player out wide, out on the far sideline, out of bounds at the 44. 3 plays later, Kenols hooks up with Jet Zabel from 32 yards out, and a good, strong, stiff arm with a bum shoulder from Jet Zabel helped spring him into the end zone. That made it 28-7 with 7:20 to play. After Sturgis goes 3 and out, the Governors do it again from the Scooper 49-yard line, and another 3-play drive. Kenols hooks up with Cade Kaiser from 13 yards out, and another Ryland Dairy PAT. That one makes it 35-7. Sturgis and another 3 and out, as they haven't picked up a first down in a while. The Governors on one last drive go 10 plays and 55 yards. Keenholz this time does it himself to tack on another 6. This one from 9 yards out. The running play for Keenholz, who has not had to run the football very much in this first half. Derry goes 6 for 6 in PATs, and the Governors lead 42-7. One running play for Sturgis to run out the clock in that first half. Governors totaling about 227 yards of offense in that first half, 73 yards on the ground. Brock Mosier has carried 5 times for 38 yards. Keenholz with 3 carries for 35 yards, and the last one at 9-yard touchdown. Lincoln through the air also 12 of 18 for 154 yards. Just workmanlike tonight so far, but impressively 4 touchdowns to 4 different receivers. He did throw that 1 pick as well. Zabel, the leading receiver, 4 catches for 57 yards and a 32-yard touchdown. Cade Kaiser, 4 grabs, 48 yards and a 13-yard score. Brecken Kruger, 2 catches for 38 yards and a 31-yard touchdown. Jack Merkwan, 2 catches for 21 yards and a 9-yard touchdown as well. Governors along the way picking up 8 first downs. They've been penalized 4 times for 25 yards counted against them. They have the 1 interception, the 1 turnover in that first half. Scoopers offensively to the Governors, 227, amassing just 82 yards of offense. 51 of that comes on the ground, 59 yards, in fact, total for Gunnar Roloff with 12 carries, including a 3-yard touchdown, but Owen Cass has lost 8 yards on 2 carries, part of that due to bad snaps. Owen Udiger with 3 carries for a total of 0 yards in that first half as well. Through the air, it's been a tough game. Owen Cass has had 6 of 18 completed for 45 yards. He's thrown 1 interception. He was also sacked once for a loss of 14 yards, so 31 yards of offense net through the air in passing offense, with 51 on the ground, 82 total. Gavin Leitenberg has caught 3 passes for 19 yards. Tyan Buss with 1 grab for 17 yards. Reese Jacobs has an 8-yard reception, and Jake Vleem, the tight end, with 1 catch for 1 yard. Sturgis with 2 penalties, but totaling 28 yards against them. 7 first downs in that first half. They did throw the 1 interception for the 1 turnover as well. 42-7 is where we're at. The Governors lead here at halftime. Our Leiden & Associates halftime report continues after another 3-minute timeout. You're listening to Pierre Governor postseason football. Scores from the playoffs in South Dakota coming up next, right here on River 92.7 and drgnews.com.
Of Pierre is your
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
No need to be afraid of all those upcoming holiday expenses. Oahe Federal Credit Union's holiday loan special is back. Borrow up to $1,500 for 12 months at 7% APR. Apply online or stop in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre. Oahe Federal Credit Union, where we treat you like you own the place, because you do.
People helping people. Oahe Federal Credit Union.
Why am I so sore?
There are everyday moments.
Hey, hold the ladder! Hold the ladder!
Yeah, that hurt.
And there are epic moments.
Slide! College! Class of 1995!
When a moment creates a health need, visit the experts at Avera Orthopedics. We're moving health forward so you can tell the story. Learn more at avera.org/orthopedics.
Limestone canyons, flowing waterfalls, and pristine beauty make Spearfish a sanctuary for those seeking the ultimate escape. Outdoor enthusiasts will find top-notch sport climbing, mountain biking, and UTV OHV trails. Guests are steps away from peaceful hiking trails and tranquil streams. Relax and rehash your day's adventure at one of our award-winning local breweries. Finding rest is an important part of any adventure. Lodging in Spearfish comes with a variety of choices, from cabins, B&Bs, and campgrounds to the comforts of your popular brand-name hotels. To find your unique adventure in Spearfish, go to visitspearfish.com now.
Now's your chance for a great deal on smoking fast fiber internet from Venture Communications. Upgrade to the speed you need, up to 1 gig. And with whole home Wi-Fi included as part of your service, experience no-lag gaming, your favorite music, web surfing, HD video streaming, and connect to the latest smart devices. If you're ready for an upgrade, call or visit Venture Communications online. Now's your
Service Master of Pierre is your go-to service experts for a wide variety of cleaning needs. Since 2003, we have developed the most effective methods and products to service virtually every type of industry. We're known for our exceptional carpet and upholstery cleaning, but did you know we also offer cleaning of all types of flooring, along with providing fire and water restoration, commercial cleaning, janitorial services, and construction cleanup? Service Master of Pierre is a proud sponsor of TF Riggs Governors and Lady Govs, as well as Stanley County Buffaloes and Lady Buffs activities. When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zander's has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the part you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zander's, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories. When you're in the need,
stay in a beautiful Black Hills vacation home, the Summit on Dancing Sky near Leeds, South Dakota, in the popular Powder House Pass development. It's a modern rustic design with over 5,000 square feet, 6 bedrooms, and 5 baths for you to enjoy. You'll get gorgeous views of the Terry Peak Mountain Range. There's a community pool to enjoy, and you're close to all the attractions like Deadwood, Sturgis, Spearfish, and a whole lot more. The Summit on Dancing Sky. Visit them at DancingSky.com.
Your winning destination, the Golden Buffalo Casino in Lower Brule, gives you more chances to win. Hot seat drawings, pick a prize drawings, chances to win great prizes, the hottest slots around. It's all just waiting for you at the Golden Buffalo Casino. Find out more by logging on to thegoldenbuffalocasino.com and by following them on Facebook. Just minutes north of Reliance, exit 248. We'd like to thank you for tuning into this broadcast and supporting our area youth. The Golden Buffalo Casino, proud to support Live Ticket.
Every fun Springs defeating Aberdeen Roncalli tonight 28-0 as the 7 seed knocks off the 2. Elk Point Jefferson will move on, shutting out Redfield 42-0. McCook Central Montrose leading at Mount Vernon Plankinton 22-6 in the third quarter. And in 9AA, Hamlin has a 14-6 lead over Hanson in a 5-game 5 seed. That's the 4 seed leading the 5 as it turns out. That's halfway through the third quarter. Wall in a tussle, the top seed, leading though over Bonham 13-6 there in the third quarter. Elkton Lake Benton's having no trouble with Freeman Marion, Freeman Academy. That is now 50-8 in the third quarter, just underway. And Parkston surprising number 1 ranked Howard 28-7. As that one has a minute to go in the third quarter. In 9A on 94.5 KPLO, the Lyman Raiders with a win as they'll move on into the semifinals. Lyman defeating Castlewood tonight 34-16. They would play the Gregory Gorillas if this score holds up. Gregory leading still just at halftime or so, 21-7 over Woolsey Wessington. A tussle in the Western Prairie as Phillip and Harding County Bison are in the fourth quarter, tied 8-8. The winner of that one will get who knows, and check out this score. Unbeaten Warner is trailing starting the third period 31-14 to perennial power and a surprise 8th seed from Canastota. Harriet Selby in 9B will move on. The top seed unbeaten continues with a 44-14 victory over Avon. Sully Buttes will see their season come to an end. They were upset by the 12 seed in 9B, Irene Wakanda, 36-30. An emotional loss there, I'm sure, for Sully Buttes, but still a great season as, again, they've lost Coach Mark Seffner here in the last couple of weeks. God bless the Chargers. De Smet leads at Kadoka area 14-0. They're in the third quarter late. Hitchcock-Tulare shuts out Del Rapids St. Mary 52-0. That in 9B. So the semifinals will be Friday night next week, a week from tomorrow night. As, of course, if it's the Governors, we'll be here at Hollister Field against, most likely, the Yankton Bucks. So we've got a second half to play, and we'll do that. We'll come back after this 90-second timeout. More Pierre Governor football coming up. You're listening to the Governors, River 92.7 and drgnews.com.
Smart grocery shopping takes a little bit of TLC.
But all farmers have something in common: the desire to maximize their land and improve it for the next generation. You need a cooperative that offers peace of mind. AgTegra Cooperative is an ag partner that shares your values and is part of your community. From agronomy and grain operations to energy and feed, AgTegra will link your farm to the future. AgTegra Cooperative. Strong, stable, dependable.
Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota is serving the central South Dakota community and beyond with a great selection of used vehicles. Local trades and program vehicles are available. New Toyotas and new Fords are arriving and selling before they even hit the lot. So don't wait. Stop in and find out what's coming. If you've been thinking about ordering a new Ford, stop in and sit down with one of our sales specialists today. Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota at 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Call 605-224-7378 and visit CapitalCityFordToyota.com.
About purchasing a home with someone that has a passion for success. Hi, I'm Sean Lewis, mortgage loan officer with American Bank and Trust. Whether you are buying, building, or refinancing, I will help coach you through every step of your American dream. I will keep you informed through the entire buying process and help you find the best product for your home goals. Send me an email, give me a call, or visit me at our Pierre location and get started with your American dream. Member, FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Back at the stadium, getting ready to start the second half. Governors on top of the Sturgis Scoopers, 42-7. Brian Oakland with a play-by-play coming up. Quick note: our next Governor broadcast will be Tuesday night when the Governor volleyball team takes their 15-4 record into a regular season finale at Sioux Falls Jefferson. 6:30 with the pregame and a 7 o'clock first serve coming up Tuesday night, and then next Friday night, of course, presumably we will have Pierre Governor football in the semifinals of 11 AA, taking on either Yankton or Brookings. And as we get set to go to the second half, John Calda, birthday boy that you are, so far so good for Pierre, but there's still more work to be done.
Yeah, I think this is kind of the night that Coach Steele was looking for. Obviously get some things worked on, after last week, and just kind of get their players off the field maybe the second half and let some of these young guys get a chance to take and rest some people up a little bit and get ready for next week.
Andrew Kempia comes in to take a kickoff effort on a hop, taken at the 15-yard line, and the Sturgis return man up across the 30-yard line out in the alley far side, and a good return there for Ty and Bus. And we'll see what Sturgis can do on their first offensive possession of the second half. And if you're Sturgis, turn the page, and what would you do? It's a 35-point lead now. The clock will run continually here in the second half, but you've shown the ability to move the ball, although it's been more difficult on your last few possessions. But some adjustments that you can make and try to just make positive things happen to close out your season, if that's the way it's going to be.
Yeah, I think obviously you got to give your seniors the recognition that they need and give them a couple of opportunities to go out with a bang. And obviously, again, you kind of turn the page and, like you said, get those young guys in there, give them an experience of a playoff game, and hopefully get them back here next year.
Gunnar Roloff will take the opening handoff, coming to the right side, near side, as the Scoopers go from left to right. Emmett Anderson will wrap him up. This will be a gain of about 2 yards, and we'll call it at the 34. Scoopers off and running. Roloff with 12 carries and 59 yards in the first half, so a pretty decent average against the stout defense of the Governors. Cass looks to throw. 2nd down and 9, and this pass is picked off. Jaden Wiebe cuts in front of the pass, in front of the receiver, Tyan Buss, and he catches that one on the fly. Maybe the throw leading the receiver just a little too much. And Wiebe with Cass's 2nd interception thrown will take this one, and the Governors will have it in Sturgis territory at the 46-yard line. Clock will run even with the change of possession. 10:20 to play. So the defense still playing well, and there's one guy that I don't know we've called his name near enough this season, but it doesn't mean he's not making plays, and that's Jaden Wiebe. He's made a couple tonight, but that's what he's capable of. Governors start with the 2nd string. Here in the 2nd half, Dawson Getz at quarterback. Trevor Rounds will run the football on 1st down inside the 45-yard line to the 43. Pick up 3.
That's the fun part about, in my mind, football is you got 11 guys on the field, and you've got the guys that get the recognition in terms of carrying the ball, and maybe the corners a little bit more with the heavy pass offense and stuff like that. But then you've got great linemen that are out there doing their jobs every day. You've got the backers. You've got all these other guys that are just having a specific job and just getting it done. And just hats off to everybody here.
2nd stringer's getting a 1st down. Dawson gets back to pass on the crossing route. Tight end Elijah Bucci with the grab. He'll turn it far side upfield and get a 1st down to the 34-yard line, a gain of 9. So Booch with his 1st catch of the night. Dawson Getz, the future in the throwing department for the Governors. Bucci probably plays some quarterback as more of a running quarterback next year as well. Just a sophomore this season. Up the middle, Rounds loses the football after taking a hit. It was Gavin Sundstrom who got in there, but it looks like Trevor Rounds will bail himself out. Falling on the football inside the 30 to about the 28. Turns into a 6-yard gain, but everybody had to catch their breaths on that one. Aiden Werlinger in there getting his name called. Clock running. The Governors leading by 35 plus. Starting the 2nd half, we're down to 8.5 minutes. As Getz wants to throw on 2nd and 5. Dawson far side into single coverage, and the pass is caught. 1st down. He's got Bucci out there, big-bodied receiver, and EJ comes down with it. Is he in bounds, though?
Nope,
looks like he's coming back. So wipe that one away. Incomplete, as it turns out. And back to the 28-yard line with the incomplete pass.
Good concentration there by Bucci. I think Getz would maybe, let go of that ball a split second sooner and hit him on that cut instead of waiting. I think that may be a little different scenario, but really good concentration on that catch no matter where it was.
So now 3rd and 5. Scoopers are showing blitz. They get a little antsy, and the Governors are going to get a little help here. I don't know if 5 yards will be enough to get a 1st down, judging by the down marker on the far side. Yeah, but it will. So they'll move it actually to the 23. 1st down, Governors. And what works for the Governors when guys like Lincoln Keenholz clap their hands, also working for the sophomore and Dawson Getz. Dawson wearing number 40, quintessential quarterback number. 155-pound sophomore. He wants to throw. He's got to get out of the pocket. Here come the Scoopers. And this might be a horse collar tackle, but it is a quarterback sack. Give credit to number 56, Aiden Werlinger. But a flag is thrown at the end of the play. And just seeing that play the way I think I saw it, this might be a penalty on the tackler. Flag resting at the 37-yard line. The line of scrimmage was the 28, or the 23, so Getz was sacked perhaps for a big loss, but we'll see the call here and hear it. Coming up, both teams. Governors guilty of an illegal formation, but the face mask is what it is on that quarterback sack, and the penalties will offset. So that's a tough break for the Governors, but a good break in that they don't lose big yardage. They'll go right back where they started. It'll still be 1st and 10 at the Sturgis 23-yard line. And again, things like penalties where clocks don't stop in this mercy rule And a continually running clock. Rounds takes the inside handoff, far side, has the gain inside the 20 to the 15, down near the 10-yard line. Good run, Trevor Rounds here. They'll spot it right at the 10. Pickup of 13.
Guff fans tonight getting a good look at what they're going to get the next couple years out of Rounds. I mean, he's just, again, another good compact running back and just has a lot of speed to him. He hits the holes hard.
Compact now. You think he's going to, I believe he's going to get a little bit bigger. Here's Getz, maybe a little tentative on the pass. Looks like it's intercepted. A little short route, but picked off by, didn't see who that was, but Sturgis in the right place at the right time, so Getz will throw a pick. And Sturgis will turn away the Governors. And every unfortunate turn of events, a learning experience for young players. Change of possession. We've got 5:21 to play, third quarter. Scoopers have it at their own 13-yard line. So we'll see what Sturgis does here. Governors have starting defense out there. Even though they had the second string offense in there, the Scoopers stick with their starters. And a handoff in the backfield here from Owen Cass to Byron Holt. This is his first carry of the day. Chase Sarter will drop him for a loss back to about the 10-yard line. Let's call it the 11. We'll say a loss of 2. Second down and 12. Cass will be in an empty backfield. 3 receivers right, 2 to the left. 5 wide here for Sturgis. Cass looks left, throws over the middle. There is a completion to Holt, who left the backfield and was that inside slot receiver left side. Huska brings him down, but a good gain here. Might be the biggest gain of the night for the Scoopers in any one play. Pickup of 22 out to the 33-yard line.
Good pass, and I'm guessing that's kind of what the Sturgis fans were looking to kind of see all night out of him. He was just able to really settle into the pocket there and find that receiver.
Holt, who hasn't caught but just a handful of passes all season long, makes a good catch on this one. Same spread formation, although with a tight end close. Now man in motion is roll off, and this play won't happen. That'll be a timeout. I'm not so sure that the Scoopers didn't get themselves into what could have been an illegal formation. Maybe they saved a 5-yard penalty with a timeout here. Clock stops with 3:44 left to go in the third period. A Coca-Cola timeout on the field as we take it with them. 30 seconds and we're back. Governors lead the Scoopers 42-7 in the postseason on River 92.7.
At Ringneck Energy, their mission is to produce renewable energy that adds value to grain and livestock production, enhances the income of their investor partners, and provide a safe, rewarding work environment. Located at 901 Redwood Avenue in Oneida, South Dakota. Call 605-945-6900 or check ringneckenergy.com. A proud supporter of local schools and wishes all students the best of luck in all their activities during the school year, creating economic opportunities in our community.
Back out of the timeout, Scoopers at their 33-yard line. Look like they'll run the same play. Got some razzle-dazzle coming up. Double reverse, pitch back. Cass throws wide open. Caught at the 30-yard line of the Governors down to the 15. Pass caught by Dalen DeShock, and that's what Sturgis wanted to set up in that timeout. A little razzle-dazzle. Hey, let's come out and have a good time on what is probably the final game of the season for the Scoopers. Cass, and beautifully thrown ball. He hits DeShock at the 30 of the Governors, all the way down to the 15 before the Governors finally catch up to him. That's a gain of 52 yards unofficially on that pass as DeShock catches his first of the night. Now 1st and 10 from the near hash mark. Roll-off will empty the backfield, and we've got a flag thrown. And see what happens here. False start.
Yep.
False start on the Scoopers. So just like that, a good thing happens with a 52-yard pass into the red zone, and then you back yourselves up 5 yards to the 20. It'll be 1st and 15.
Gov's lucky on that one. I mean, last play they ran that kind of a little trickery. You know, they were looking at basically going one-on-one on the outside. But this time they basically streaked their tight end downfield and looked like he was going to be wide open on that play.
So still in the red zone, but back on the edge at the 20-yard line. Scoopers will shift the alignment here on offense. They'll send 3 guys way wide to the outside. Keep an eye on Ty and Bus, the back of the 3. Cass will float over the middle. This one's picked off. Chase Sarda, too many Governors in the middle of the field. Sarda comes near side, 30 to the 40, and dragged down by a shirt tail there. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle by Connor Schmidt. But Chase Sarda seemed to see this one coming all the way. Cass wanted to go over the middle to his tight end, it looked like, but there was just way too many Governors in the middle of the field, and Chase Sarda with an easy pickoff for 30, or return about to the 50-yard line. So back-to-back interceptions here in the second half, thrown by Owen Cass, and the Governors will have it at midfield. Minute 45 to go here in the third quarter. Dawson Getz handing off. Trevor Rounds with a flag coming in from behind the play. Couple of bounce-offs there for Trevor Rounds. Tough to bring down, but I'm going to guess a hold at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They do have the clock stopped here for the penalty, which isn't normally the case, I don't believe, in this mercy rule timing, but holding on the Govs. So they'll back it up, and the line of scrimmage essentially, let's put it back at the Pier 40-yard line. Scoopers still have a lot of key components to their defense. The Governor's second string trying to really play in themselves now, an underdog situation. Gets, unloads, throws a wobbler out near side. He can't get it to his intended receiver. Hayden Hederman, the closest to that opportunity, but Landon Bertram, a senior receiver, out in the pattern here. And Gets just unable to keep the grip on the football. Lost the spiral on that one right from the get-go. 1 minute to go. 2nd and 20. 2nd and 19 essentially here for the Governors. Gets will throw right side this time, has a man wide open. This is Xander Bowman. He'll turn upfield out across the 50-yard line, which was the original line of scrimmage, into Sturgis territory, running out of bounds at the 48. Good completion here, picking up a dozen. Xander Bowman, who caught a touchdown pass from Dawson Getz a few weeks ago in Huron. Proving a good receiver in this case. Now 3rd and about 7 here for the Govs. 3 receivers left to the near side. Getz is alone in the backfield. 1 receiver wide right to the short side of the field. Here come the Scoopers. Getz hit as he throws and through the arms of Bertram. Couldn't haul it in. Would have been a first down at about the 35-yard line. Might have been expecting contact, or of course, I think a lot of receivers coming over the middle. You're either hearing footsteps or you're looking at the goal line when you want to break one. But the third quarter has come to an end, and a continually running clock. Halftime score still intact. The Governors on the Gales Gas Service scoreboard lead the Sturgis Scoopers by the score of 42-7. Scoreboard brought to you by Gales Gas Service in Pierre. Governor Football brought to you in part by your Pierre Sports Marketing partners, who include the South Dakota National Guard, Wagner Auto, Stulkin Peterson, Lingo Walti Jones LLP, Red Rosa, Olinger Law Firm, the Pierre Dental Clinic, and the Pierre Area Chamber of Commerce, Iceberg Funeral Home, and those of us at James River Broadcasting and DRG Media Group, your official voice for the Governors and one of your Pierre Sports Marketing partners. We'll take 30 seconds. We go to the fourth. The Governors 8 minutes away from the semifinals. Let's make that 12 minutes away from the semifinals. You're listening to Governor Postseason Football on River 92.7 and DRGnews.com.
When you expect more, you expect more. When you expect more, Dakota Prairie Bank, providing great service right from the start. It's our promise to you that sets us apart. With every handshake and a smile, we go that extra extra mile. When you expect more, you expect more. When you expect more, Dakota Prairie Bank.
Back at Phil Troutner Stadium, Hollister Field, the Governor's first play going to result in a punt as Andrew Campia gets high to haul in the bad punt snap. It's a high punt, but it'll go short and be downed by the Governors and Lucas Chamberlain at about the 34-yard line. So the Governors punt one away. That's their first punt of the night. Scoopers will have it. And again, the clock will run continually here. Right now at about 11:35 and counting. Sturgis football at their own 34. Brian Oakland with birthday guy John Calda. Camera guys up here from Live Ticket. Caleb Brozick, Jordan Lutmer doing the dirty work for us to be able to bring it to you through drgnews.com. Go Govs Live. Heather Williams, as always, wonderful in the studio too. Spread formation for the Scoopers with a backfield filled by Gunnar Roloff. He'll take the handoff, spin through initial contact, turn it up the near hash mark. Chase Sarda waits for him up to the 35 and the 37. A pickup of 3, but could have been a loss of 3 just the same for Gunnar Roloff.
Yeah, defensive. He did a great job getting through and just breaking down. We call it kind of a little creep drill there, and just making sure you get feet underneath you to try to stop that first move by him. Had a great opportunity to get a loss of yards there.
Governor linebackers still in there, but the down linemen look to be second stringers for the most part. Trey Hutchinson at the right defensive tackle. Nose guard. We'll get you those in a moment. Here we've got Cass waiting. No pressure, so he'll roll out looking for space. Fires and delivers. Roll off at the Governor 40-yard line. Brought down on the far sideline by Gavin Stotts. Chance Sarda inside the 30. Down to about the 25-yard line. Good delivery there for Cass to roll off, and a big gain to the Pier 25.
He had a little time back there to make that throw, didn't he?
He did. 38 yards on the strike. First catch of the night for the running back roll-off. That's 90 yards on the pass to the last 2 passes thrown by Owen Cass.
That's such a tough job for your corners and your DBs, and you're expecting basically that ball to be gone within probably about 3 seconds, and now it's just a chase game, just trying to stay with that receiver.
Here's Cass again. 3 linemen coming after him. The 2 on the defensive ends, just a little bit late. Cass delivers. He has his tight end, Jake Vleem, down inside the 20 to the 19. They'll pick up 6, and it'll be 2nd and 4. Yes, we saw Owen Cass throwing the football as a sophomore when the Governors opened their season in Sturgis a couple of years ago. Sturgis played a great ball game here at Hollister last year in a game Pier won only 21-6 in a game that was 7-6 when the fourth quarter began. Here, though, with 8:50 to play, 42-7. Cass alone in the backfield, fires over the middle, wide open. Jake Vleem, touchdown. And again, the Governor defense, who has many of the first stringers out there, lost an assignment there. Tough to lose 6'8" Jake Vleem. But he catches one from 19 yards out for the second score of the night for the Scoopers. It's 42-13. Coach, that looked a little too easy as it turned out, but still a well-run play by the Scoops.
I mean, you kind of have that unwritten rule in football that, when you start transferring in, you start getting in your second stringers, and and not expecting Sturgis to do that right now, because obviously they're still out here to do what they can do and maybe win a ball game, just see what happens. But it just seemed like we're in position. We're seeing like maybe we're a step behind at times. Just young guys out there just kind of getting picked apart maybe by a first string offense is what we just seen right there.
PAT is good for Sturgis with 8:44 to play, fourth quarter. New score is 48 to make it 42-14. Clock will still run continually, though, when we come back after this 30-second timeout. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football.
At Jan Bussey Ford and Highmore, they've been building partnerships for life by treating customers right, offering a low-pressure sales process, no haggling over price, passing low overhead savings on, and providing a Ford-certified service department fixing it right the very first time. If you're looking for a new Ford, a quality pre-owned vehicle, a new or used ATV, or a trailer, stop by Jan Bussey Ford and Highmore and experience the difference.
Jan Bussey Ford, building partnerships for life.
Good drive for the Sturgis Scoopers. 4 plays, 66 yards in 2 minutes and 56 seconds. Owen Cass over the middle to Jake Vleem for 19 yards. Cass 5 for 5 here since he threw an interception, his last interception. And now getting the stats up there. Sturgis still trails 42-14, however. Sully Jost to kick off, and they're going to try another onside kick, but this one will not make the 10 yards, and that'll go out of bounds. And the Governors, if they've got it right there, in great shape. That kick just bounced the wrong way for what Sturgis was trying to do. Their first touchdown back in the second quarter, they tried a surprise onside, and as you said, Coach Calda, I mean, this team isn't going to quit. They're going to try to keep making plays, but the Governors will come back out on offense here with 8:44 to go, and they'll have it at the Scooper 39-yard line. So I don't know if they got a 5-yard penalty on that as well, but that's a yard behind where they would normally kick off from. Interesting, I guess. The Governors will continue to put the second string out on the offensive set. 42-14 Governors with another Governor-like performance through that first half. Dawson gets the sophomore quarterback, fields a low snap off his shoe tops, able to hand off to Trevor Rounds, a good 2-yard gain when it could have been much worse, inside the 40 down to the 37, we'll call it. Second down and 8. Governors from left to right. What do you think of the look tonight with the white pants and the green jerseys? I was thinking it kind of took us right back to the 80s and 90s before anybody ever started wearing black in the color scheme.
I love the combinations we can put together. I think it's phenomenal. You just, that many opportunities, and just every game you kind of come out and just something a little bit different. I got a lot of these guys in class, and I know that's one of the things they were trying to scheme up throughout the week and in the future is, what are they going to start wearing? Is obviously looks are a big deal.
There's Rounds again. He's taken down by Reese Jacobs quickly as he got to the line of scrimmage. A flag comes in from behind the play as well, thrown by the referee. I'll say one thing about these Governor jerseys. I've never been a New York Jet fan, but I like watching the New York Jets play in the NFL these days.
They're having a pretty good season this year.
Yeah, probably would watch more University of North Dakota football as well, that being said. Here's a holding penalty, but Sturgis will decline the penalty. It'll be third down and about 8 as Rounds will be taken down back at the line of scrimmage.
A little bit easier to see the numbers, I know.
Third and a long 8 here. 7:09 clock counting down. Fourth quarter. 2 receivers, including George Stolley in the slot to the right for the Governors. And Dawson Getz will milk the clock for all it's worth. Back Judge counting down the last 5 seconds. Here's the snap. Getz back to throw. Looks right, and it's batted up in the air and caught out of the air by Gunnar Roloff. Taken down immediately right there by Jacob Mikkinen. Dawson Getz on a good Sturgis rush. Picked off for the second time. Scoopers will have it 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
You talked about it at the break. The one guy that you wanted to see to try to get behind those defenders was George Stolley, and that was where they were going right there. He had about 3 or 4 steps on his guy. Just defensive lineman did a good job knocking that ball down.
I noticed some big linemen as well. Sturgis is going to, well, they still have Owen Cass out there. They've still got Gunnar Roloff. He'll be in a slot to the right. So tie and bust to the slot to the left. Only one catch for Tyan tonight. They'll get him the football, though, on a jet sweep, and he wanted to throw it, but he slips. As the Governors sell out defensively on the run, Bus was going to throw to Reese Jacobs down the numbers on the far side, but the grass bites the Scoopers in the backside here. Back to the 38. It'll be a loss of 3 on the run for Tyan Bus.
I was trying to figure out why he wasn't running harder off of that. I mean, it just looked like everything was coming slow motion. I got this post kind of sitting my way. I didn't even see that receiver streaking downfield there.
Dylan DeShock, who has a long reception, comes out far left side. Roloff will come back to the backfield as he'll take a handoff here. Patiently coming left side, cuts up the middle of the field inside the near hash mark across the 45. And they'll mark him down at the 46, even though he ended up another couple of yards further ahead of that. Pick up of about 8, still about 3rd and 5 here. And again, Sturgis right now in a situation, they just kind of want to keep a lot of their seniors out there. Even though the Governor offense is resting all of their key pieces to what they hope to be yet another championship puzzle. 4.5 minutes to go. 42-14 Pierre. Cass takes the snap over the middle. Backfield was Byron Holt. He came out of the backfield. That's the incomplete pass, though. He's the intended receiver, and it'll be 4th down here for the Scoopers. Just seemed to follow him all the way through. Sturgis looks like they're swapping personnel. I thought they might just as well go for it here as here in the second half, but that won't be the case. They'll appear to punt. Now they'll switch things up. Keep in mind the quarterback, however, is the punter, so this may or may not be a punt. Yeah. And the Scoopers flinched. Or perhaps the Governors got into the neutral zone. The snap came back. If I'm not mistaken, I think Owen Cass was ready to throw the football, though. And they'll mark it up. Encroachment. The Governors got into the neutral zone at the snap of the football.
Not quite a first down, though.
The line to gain on the far side is right at the Pier 49. The nose of the football is, well, the football is about halfway between the 50 and the 49. So it will be 4th and inches, and Sturgis, they're going to have to get their offense back on the field. Now it's a no-brainer. You just go for it. And it looks like the Scoopers will have to get set, and they'll take a timeout. Clock stops with 3:03 to go in the 4th quarter. A Coca-Cola timeout. Let's take 30 seconds, and we're back. See what the Scoopers do on 4th and a foot when we return. More Pierre Governor playoff football in River 92.7.
What if we said a bank isn't a place to lock up money? It's a place to set it free. What if the point of banking wasn't to bank at all, but to put your ideas to work? What if your bank asked, what if, a little more? Well, what if we told you we do? We're American Bank and Trust, where what if meets why not? If you're ready to change what you get out of banking, start a relationship with us. What if you made the move today?
You do.
Phil Troutner Stadium at Hollister Field. Game number 1 of the postseason for the Governors, they hope. Game number 1 out of 3. Quarterfinal round here, they have a 42-14 lead, looking for a defensive stand out of the second charge timeout of the second half for the visiting Sturgis Scoopers. As Owen Cass will line up in the gun, now come back under center here, 4th and inches. He wants to sneak it, he's got a first down. And the Scoopers will run some more clock here, but under 3 minutes to play. It's pretty much academic now. Advance to the Pier 47. That's a gain of 2. Cass just with 3 rushing attempts. Never was a running quarterback. Always did have a pretty good arm. We've seen that tonight. But Sturgis, over the course of their season, you know, I think if Sturgis They didn't have to be the 8 seed. They had a couple of tough losses, including last week at Spearfish. They had a loss at home to Huron in midseason. Here's a good run for Gunnar Roloff. Still going at it all the way inside the 40-yard line down to the 37. You know, I guess what are the lessons you have? A life lesson here in a season that, you know, they probably didn't get meet all of their expectations. They didn't achieve their goals. I'm sure there are plenty of goals that were achieved, but this is just something you learn from and move on, I guess.
Yeah, that's the tough part about athletics, and I think every coach starts out at the beginning of the year with the aspirations of reaching the dome and winning a championship. And obviously, you only got one team out of the class that does that. Well, you know that you're gonna, most of the teams are gonna fail in reaching that goal. For a lot of these seniors, it's, obviously keep your head up and don't forget about the good things that happened. And for you guys coming up, there's always next year, there's things to build on. You're playing number one team in the state, obviously, arguably the best team in the state right now. And it's, just keep building and keep working and keep that program going in the right direction.
Sturgis swapping people in and out of there. Owen Udiger with a nice run of about 9 yards. Aiden Hederman was lined up at quarterback. We've got 1:10 to go. The Governors will host, presumably, the Yankton Bucks. We'll get a recheck on that score as Yankton leads Brookings 49-14 with just a couple of minutes left. So that clock is running continually down at Crane Youngworth too. The Bucks were the homecoming opponent of the Governors. They'll be the semifinal opponent of the Governors as well. Another quarterback in here looking to throw, rolling out. And pass thrown to the far side. The Governors hit him while he throws, and that is Yaden Miller, a 150-pound junior. And that is an incomplete pass. So think about Yankton, who came in here, lost to the Govs 55-10 on homecoming night, and everybody kind of expected a tighter game than that. And, we didn't have it that night, but I certainly expect a better game than 55-10 next Friday night.
Yeah, let's not forget about that first half and what that first half was like. And, obviously just the Lincoln Kuhnold show, just kind of taking things over and with his feet and with his arm. And, I just still look at that being, along with T, one of the better halves of footballs that we've seen all year.
Well, that'll do it. Owen Udager with a 5-yard carry or so to the 25-yard line, eventually run down. And the Governors, as the continually running clock finally runs out on the Sturgis Scoopers. Pierre wins it tonight on the Gales Gas Service scoreboard. Your final score, the Governors 42, the Scoopers 14, as the Governors improved to 10-0 on the season. Scoopers season will come to an end as their record comes to a final at 4-6 on the season. Scoreboard brought to you by Gales Gas Service in Pierre. Use them for their budget plan and keep full service. Stay warm all season long with Gales Gas Service in Pierre. But the Governors move on into the semis. It'll be Pierre and Yankton next week. We'll have all the scores coming up in our Family Dental postgame. We'll have a conversation with Coach Steve Steele. And we've got big plays of the game, your player of the game, of course, the recap and all of the stats coming up as well. Our Family Dental postgame begins in 3 minutes. Governor football as the Governors win it on your official voice of Pierre Governor football, River 92.7 and drgnews.com.
The team at Family Dental in Pierre and Gettysburg are devoted to spending time with each patient to answer all questions and address any concerns that arise. Family Dental wants all their current and future patients to feel welcome and comfortable and to have the healthiest, best-looking smile possible. They can take care of all your family's dental needs with cleanings, checkups, implants, same-day crowns, and many other dental services. Dr. Ryan Jensen welcomes new patients. Family Dental in Pierre and Gettysburg, caring for all your family's dental needs.
Happy fall from your Chevy team dealer, Beck Motor Company in Pierre. October in central South Dakota means, yep, you got it, hunting season. We have a great selection of pre-owned trucks and SUVs to get you out into the field. And for October only, take home a $50 Runnings gift card to help you out with your hunting supplies. See all our inventory at beck-motors.com, 605-224-5912.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, BankWest has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. BankWest Associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose Bank West. Bank West. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Dakota Storm Roofing is a locally owned roofing company in Pierre, specializing in both residential and commercial roofing services. They can handle your asphalt shingle, metal roofing, and flat roof needs. New construction, plus all types of roof repairs. They can handle the finishing touches, adding fascia, soffit, and gutters too. No job is too big or too small. For a free estimate, call Dakota Storm Roofing at 280-9794. Go to dakotastormroofing.com or find them on Facebook or Instagram.
At American Family Insurance, we help protect what you've achieved so you can fearlessly go after your dreams. For auto, home, business, and life, contact us today. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance, Life Mutual, Standard of Ohio and Wisconsin Company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin, 53783.
Call the Brittany Shufflebine Agency, LLC, with offices in Pierre, Oneida, and Gettysburg. There's an app for everything, including high school sports from the stations of DRG Media Group. Download the DRG News app, brought to you by the Golden Buffalo Casino, from the App Store or Google Play. It only takes a moment, so you'll have it to replay this game. See live and archived video of all games. And when you select your favorite station during the live stream, the video will immediately pop up. See Central South Dakota high school sports on your phone or mobile device with the DRG News app, brought to you by the Golden Buffalo Casino. Download it now at the App Store or Google Play.
Welcome back to Phil Troutner Stadium at Hollister Field, and the Governors start their postseason quest for 6 with a good 42-14 victory over the Sturgis Scoopers, a 42-7 halftime lead, leading to a continually running clock through the entire second half. Second string offense played the full second half for the Governors. Starters did play most of the defense, but still, all in all, pretty good game for the Governors and a chance to get some people rested up for the Yankton Bucks next week. This game started with fireworks right away. An 85-yard kickoff return on the opening kick by Jaden Weeby as he took it to the house to give the Governors a 7-0 lead 13 seconds in. Lincoln Keenholz hit 4 different receivers with touchdown passes in that first half as well. He got Brecken Kruger for 31 yards. He hit Jack Merkwan with a 9-yarder. Did throw an interception in between the first 2 and the second 2. But which Sturgis turned into a touchdown run for Gunnar Roloff from 3 yards out that made it 21-7 at the 8:36 mark of the second quarter. But then Lincoln Keenholz hits Jet Zabel from 32 yards out. Zabel runs physically on that play, which is great to see because he is still banged up. But that made it 28-7. Keenholz to Cade Kaiser from 13 yards out to put it up to 35-7 at the 4:46 mark. And then after one more 3 and out, a patient but a well-run 3-minute offense for the Governors in a 10-play, 55-yard drive. Finished off by Lincoln Keenholz with a rushing touchdown from 9 yards out. That put us at halftime at 42-7. In the second half, the Governors pick off Owen Cass on the second play from scrimmage. And they were able to turn that around, but the starters come in. Governors from the Sturgis 46 advance all the way down to the 10-yard line, but Dawson Getz then was picked off from there. We had a few interceptions for both teams combined in that second half. Getz throwing a couple, and also Owen Cass throwing a couple in there. Essentially, the Scoopers do take a punt by Andrew Campia, and they go 66 yards on 4 plays. 2 minutes and 56 seconds taken off in the fourth quarter. Owen Cass, final touchdown of the game. He hits Jake Vleem over the middle, wide open in the end zone from 19 yards out. The PAT was good. That made it 42-14. Getz was picked off one more time. Late in that fourth quarter, Sturgis ran out the clock with an 8-play possession from their own 41-yard line. Last play got them down to the Governor 25, but again, as that clock ran continuously, time just runs out essentially on the Scoopers in this one, but the Governors were certainly in control throughout after a 21-0 lead to start this one in that first quarter of play. Stat-wise for Pierre, they'll pick up 97 yards total offense on the ground and 175 unofficially through the air, so 272 on the game. Obviously not the biggest offensive game for the Governors on the season, but 272 total. Brock Mosier with 38 yards on 5 carries. Lincoln Keenholz picks up 35 on 3, plus the 9-yard touchdown. Trevor Rounds in the second half, 5 carries for 24 yards. Through the air, unofficially, Lincoln Keenholz with 12 of 18 for 154 yards. 4 scores thrown to 4 different receivers, 1 interception. And Dawson gets in the second half 2 out of 7 for 21 yards with a couple of picks thrown as well. Receiving-wise, Cade Kaiser and Jet Zabel catch 4 passes each, a couple of each receptions for Jack Merkwan and for Brecken Kruger. E.J. Bucci and Xander Bowman catching passes from Dawson Getz in that second half. Pierre picking up 11 first downs with a couple of turnovers, 272 total yards to 251 for Sturgis, but a lot of that coming in the second half. We'll talk more about that in a bit. But let's talk to the winning head coach tonight, Steve Steele of the Governors, who you come out and right away, Jaden Wiebe, who is, let's face it, we don't hear a lot because he's mostly on the defensive side. We saw him a couple of weeks ago making plays on offense, but the kid makes plays wherever he is on the field, and it just seemed like everybody knew what the objective was in that opening kickoff. A good wall of blockers turned out, and he takes it up that far sideline and 85 yards, and you're off and running to a pretty good win tonight.
Yeah, I mean, that was a really good fast start. Really jump-started everybody, got everyone going, and, we never looked back. So, that was a great way to start the game and a really good play by him and the rest of that team.
And we've talked about that. This is one of those cases where you wanted that opening kick. You want to get off and running, make your opponents play from behind. And, yeah, sometimes teams have been up to the task early on in the game, but after a 3-and-out and you come back and you get another touchdown, 3 of them in that first quarter, this game played out kind of like what you'd like every game to play out early on, at least.
Yeah, I think we accomplished what we wanted. Again, this is probably not an eye-popping stat night, but we got up early. We got up enough, to get the running clock going, and then we got our guys out of there so we can make sure they're playing next week. So
and everybody's getting involved too. 4 touchdowns, 4 receivers. You're getting the running game going as well. You didn't need Lincoln to use his feet very much until he just has such good protection. But the ticking clock in his head told him to tuck and run a couple of times too. Yeah, I mean this is again another example there of what you want in a football game.
Yeah, it just really the whole thing was, trying to get up as quick as we could and, establish that lead, make sure we had a running clock in the second half, getting able to get Jet out, get him game reps and at the same point let him play, but at the same time also not have to play him the whole game, and I said a lot of those guys would feel the same way. We gave Brewer a few drives, kind of get him back going, and he looked good and felt good. Coleman and Chamberlain both did a great job up front. So, a lot of really good things going on, today.
Jed Zabel comes in, and on that touchdown play, he stiff arms with his bum arm and bum shoulder, and, he's playing physical. The kid's just got no quit.
Yeah, he's still himself, and that's where we were kind of joking with him, and we're like, well, he must be feeling a lot better if you're doing that. So, the fact that he did that, definitely shows that he's definitely feeling better, but, still good get his work in and get him out.
Scoring touchdowns is the ultimate painkiller, though, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So Sturgis in their running game, they were, Gunnar Roloff, pretty tough guy to bring down and a little shifty, but runs kind of like a bowling ball, too. He had some challenges on the defensive side, but guys, again, stepping up, making plays, and I think really impressively in the passing defense, kind of recognizing and beating Sturgis maybe to the punch of what they were trying to do through the air.
Yeah, really good preparation, I think, from our defensive players and staff this week. Really understood a lot of different formations and tendencies they had, and they did a great job. Our DBs were awesome tonight. Did a really good job. They had the trick play that got over the top at the end, and a couple on our younger guys. But overall was just tremendous. I think 3-4 interceptions.
I think 3, if memory serves. Yeah.
That sound right? Yeah. Yep. Okay. So that's a good game. Anytime you can do that, you're doing something right. And they had a couple first downs and stuff like that, but those happen. They're not a bad football team still. They won 4 games. They could have won 2 or 3 more. So.
Yeah, and like Coach Calder was saying up here, a lot of times still we use the term a lot, bend but don't break. But when you're up 21-0, you have that luxury to kind of sit back and expect them to throw the football, react to when they run the football, and it's game management, I think, in this case.
Yeah, a lot of that was, it was just we got to make sure that they don't score quick. You know, when you get into that mode, then it changes everything a little bit again. But, you know, if they're using 7 or 8 minutes to go down the field and score, they're not going to have time for that, and that still has to assume they're stopping us. So, you know, really good overall game, you know, top to bottom.
Impressive game, too, with the offense, you know, again, with Lincoln Kenols spreading the football around. You know, he had some time, maybe more than what we've seen, to sit back and survey, and again, like you said, not eye-popping stats, but still, it's still an interesting case to where we have a little more time to just sit back and watch that kid work.
Yeah, you know, I think he did a great job, you know, of being able to sit back and go through progressions, and you know, the one pick was crazy. I mean, the kid actually fell over on this sideline, and then because of that, ended up right in the zone, and you didn't see him. He was coming from the opposite side of his vision. And, you know, he almost squeaked that in there. I mean, if that guy wasn't 6'11" or whatever he was, he might have made it. But, you know, really, really good game from him. Really good job, you know, on that last touchdown to Cade over there. Good checking it down, seeing the corner bail and just throwing it underneath. You know, I thought he played very smart today. All
right, absolutely. So you've got the Yankton Bucks once again, and a game that, you know, it was a tough start. Homecoming night, it turned out to a 55-10 win. I don't know if you'll get another 55-10 type game, but certainly you expect good things to continue. But what challenges do you expect from Yankton this time around?
Yeah, I think very similar to last time. You know, I think they kind of got banged up mid-year. You know, they had a pretty grueling stretch of games there in the middle of the season. And, you know, I think they're kind of getting back healthy. You know, they walloped Brookings tonight, and that was a really good game the first time around. So be anxious to see that and check it out and see what they're doing differently. But, you know, our game against them was a long time ago, you know, 6 or 7 games ago. We're both different teams now, and, you know, we'll have to still understand what our base stuff is and what their base stuff is, but we've got a lot of wrinkles that we'll have to explore.
They may have kind of assumed that they would see you again at one point in that game as well, and maybe they didn't show you everything. Cody Oswald is one of those guys that was banged up. I'm assuming he's back, and certainly individually a lot of challenges where that team is concerned.
Yeah, it'll be a fun game. You know, it'll be a good matchup. They've got a lot of good skilled players. They got another really good quarterback. You know, Riken, we had to deal with him last time, and you know, I think we did a pretty good job last time. And you know, ultimately, I think that's going to be a huge key, is being able to keep him contained.
Okay, Coach, we're looking forward to it. 8 days away, next Friday night, Governors and Yankton Bucks. Good win tonight over the Scoopers.
Thanks.
Steve Steele, the Governor head coach. As Pierre will move on into the semifinals. They beat Sturgis tonight, 42-14. Let's give you the wrap up of the stats on that Scooper side, and then we'll go to a break here, as we still have plenty more coming up here in our Family Dental postgame. Sturgis with 251 total yards on the ground. I've got them with 83 yards. Gunnar Roloff with 82 yards on 16 carries, including a 3-yard touchdown. Owen Udiger with 5 carries and 12 yards. There was minus yards gained or lost, shall we say, by Owen Cass on 3 carries, Tyan Buss on 1 carry, and Byron Holt on 1 carry as well. But 83 yards total on the ground. Through the air, Owen Cass and with Yaden Miller throwing 1 incompletion. All told, they're 11 of 27 on the game. 182 yards. There was 1 touchdown thrown to Jake Vleem by Owen Cass, but 3 interceptions thrown as well, and 1 sack of the quarterback for a loss of 14 yards. So 168 net passing, 83 on the ground, 251 total yards for the Scoopers. Gavin Leitenberg catches 3 passes tonight for 19 yards. Jake Vleem 3 catches for 26 yards, and including that 19-yard touchdown. Big plays with that double reverse, and the pass thrown for 52 yards, the only catch for Dalen DeShock. Gunnar Roloff caught a 38-yarder. Byron Holt with a 22-yard catch. And then Tyan Buss with a 17-yard reception. Reese Jacobs 1 catch for 8 yards receiving. 12 first downs picked up by the Scoopers, but 3 interceptions thrown, and the Governors reap the benefits of those 3 takeaways. 42-14, the final in this one tonight. Let's take a 3-minute break. Plenty more coming up with big plays and your player of the game, and well, we'll see what else we can come up with. Of course, we'll pass along the scores in all of South Dakota high school playoff football yet to come as well. After a 3-minute timeout at your Family Dental postgame on River 92.7.
Chances are you're overlooking a big energy thief in your home or commercial building. The garage doors. But Overhead Door Company of Pierre can help stop that energy waste with a full range of insulated, weather-tight garage doors. Their residential garage doors give you insulated performance at an uninsulated price. And their Thermocore insulated steel doors give commercial buildings the energy efficiency they demand today. Find out more. Call Overhead Door Company of Pierre at 1-800-649-9905 and put a stop to the garage door energy thief.
Do you love watching high school sports but find yourself wanting to be more involved? Live Ticket TV has the solution for you. They're looking for production managers to assist for this school year. Duties include the management of equipment as well as basic technological understanding. But don't stress, paid training will be provided. Part-time wages start at $20 per hour. Call 833-605-LIVE, extension 2. That's 833-605-5483, extension 2. And punch your ticket to joining one of the fastest growing companies in South Dakota.
Have you found yourself worrying about inflation and market volatility, considering what should I do? Can I do anything? Am I going to be okay? The Ranky Gray team has been coaching their clients through these tumultuous times for over 35 years. Let us discover what easy, time-tested adjustments can be made for you. For a free second opinion, our team can be reached at 605-224-5959. Let's start today.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors LLC. Registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors LLC and Ranky Gray Wealth Management are separate entities from LPL Financial.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, BankWest has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. BankWest Associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose BankWest. BankWest, convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Back at Hollister Field as we continue our Family Dental postgame, and let's talk about big plays in this game. The big plays are brought to you by the folks at Hermanson Endodontics in Pierce. Certainly plenty of big plays in this one as the Governors win at 42-14. Governors got off to a good start, and we just might have to go right to the beginning in this play when Jaden Wiebe takes that opening kick 85 yards, and the Governors did their job blocking, and it was very, I don't know if Wiebe was even touched that entire way. It was a long time ago, but the opening play of the game, an 85-yard kickoff return, setting the Governors up after the defense got a 3-and-out. Lincoln Keenholz and Brecken Kruger hooked up for a 31-yard pass play for a touchdown on a 2-play scoring drive. It was the Governors' night. Pierre even got an interception on the next Sturgis possession after that. So obviously the Governors got what they wanted out of this game in a 42-point first half, a 35-point lead according to Coach Steele. Just get that clock running in the second half. It all started with that opening play of the game. 13 seconds in, we already had our Hermanson Endodontics big play of the game, the 85-yard touchdown run back from Jaden Wiebe as the Governors led 7-0. They win it 42-14 tonight. Big plays from Hermanson Endodontics in Pierre. Let's take another timeout, and we're back with our player of the game. We'll take a 2-minute break this time, and we're back to announce your Cowboy Country Store's player of the game. This is Governor football.
Your trade is worth at least $3,000 if it's got a VIN number. And on 4 wheels, we'll give you $3,000 for it when you trade in at Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre. Don't wait. This special won't last long. Get $3,000 when you trade at Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota, 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Call 605-224-7378 and visit CapitalCityFordToyota.com. Some restrictions apply. Limited one trade per deal. Minimum purchase $10,000. See dealer for details.
Dakota Storm Roofing is a locally owned roofing company in Pierre, specializing in both residential and commercial roofing services. They can handle your asphalt shingle, metal roofing, and flat roof needs. New construction, plus all types of roof repairs. They can handle the finishing touches, adding fascia, soffit, and gutters too. No job is too big or too small. For a free estimate, call Dakota Storm Roofing at 280-9794. Go to DakotaStormRoofing.com or find them on Facebook or Instagram.
You know that feeling? The feeling that things couldn't get any better? It's you at your best. Being your best means owning your health. It means not only meeting your goals, but crushing them, then setting new ones. Partner with an Avera primary care provider. We are right here to help you create health goals so you can feel your best. and move forward to your healthiest self. Learn more at avera.org/checkup. Avera, moving health forward.
Quality comes first at Hermanson Endodontics. Dr. Brian Hermanson serves Central South Dakota with specialty root canal treatment. Hermanson Endodontics strives to provide treatment that is not only comfortable, but also provides the best possible outcome. They do this by effective and timely communication with your dentist and preserving as much of the tooth as possible using state-of-the-art three-dimensional imaging and the dental operating microscope to guide diagnosis and treatment. Ask your dentist if a root canal specialist is right for you. Hermanson Endodontics in Pierre.
Now, hearing once again from Hermanson Endodontics, they gave us big plays and the opening kickoff return from Jaden Wiebe, which leads us into the announcement of our player of the game. Player of the game comes to us from Cowboy Country Stores in Pierre and Fort Pierre. On the losing side of things with the Sturgis Scoopers, give a pat on the back to Gunnar Roloff. Good running back. I really like the way he runs, and he finds the holes, and he's able to slip through them and still runs hard. Pretty hard guy to bring down as well. Owen Cass tried to do and make plays where he could. Pretty good receiving core, and Sturgis, when things are going well for them, able to do a lot of good things tonight. But again, just too much Governor in this one tonight. So on the offensive side of things, or on the Governor side of things, with the winning score of 42-14, once again, another big game for the linebackers tonight. Gavin Stotts just continues to impress. He's all over the field. Chance Sarda had a big game, and both of them wearing different numbers tonight because there was the opportunity, perhaps, or the possibility that they might have to play some on the offensive line, so they had to have numbers that would qualify for that. But those two guys had big games. Chase Sarda had 2 interceptions tonight. He's continuing to be all over the field. Of course, you got the offensive studs of Lincoln Keenholz and all of his receivers, 4 guys catching touchdown passes. But I think tonight is just Jaden Wiebe's night. That 85-yard kickoff return turned in the big play of the game that we just talked about. He also had an interception later in the game. Jaden Wiebe continues, like we talked with Coach Steele a moment ago, to make plays. And even though he hasn't played a lot on the offensive side, we still see his playmaking ability. Jaden Wiebe is tonight's player of the game. We'll get him a T-shirt noting his accomplishments and helping the Governors to a first-round quarterfinal playoff victory over the Sturgis Scoopers. The 180-pound senior Jaden Wiebe, tonight's Cowboy Country Stores player of the game. We'll hear from Cowboy Country Stores. We'll come back after another minute break or so, and we'll take a look at the scores and set you up for upcoming action here for the Governors and on both the football field and the volleyball court. That's coming up. This is Governor postseason football.
Do you dream of a custom home built within your budget and done on time? Kruger Contracting can make that dream a reality. They're a trusted home builder since 2003, and they're going to be upfront and open about cost and transparent about where your money is going when it comes to your new home. Their skilled crew will manage construction of your new home from start to finish. They're located in Pierre and can build your home in Pierre, Fort Pierre, or the surrounding area. Call 605-222-2523. Visit KrugerContracting.com or find Kruger Contracting on Facebook.
Hey DQ fans, we're so excited about October's Blizzard of the Month that we just had to tell you. Meet the new Snickers Brownie Blizzard Treat. Made with Snickers pieces, chewy brownie pieces, and caramel topping, blended into world-famous DQ soft serve. This might just be your new go-to order, and you don't even have to trick or treat to get it. Try it today, only at DQ. Happy tastes good.
Anytime is a good time for Cowboy Country Stores in Pierre and Fort Pierre. Fill up your tank and your stomach. Hunting the fields, fishing the waters, taking kids to activities, Cowboy Country Stores are ready for you. Feed the family while on the go with delicious foods. Breakfast starting at 5 a.m. Fresh baked pastries, coffees, regular and breakfast pizzas. Federal Bird Stamps. Convenience with a capital C. Cowboy Country Stores and Champs Chicken on Euclid and Harrison in Pierre and in Fort Pierre.
Family Dental with offices in Pierre and Gettysburg. Postgame continuing as the Pierre Governors knock off the Sturgis Scoopers tonight, 42-14. Quick reminders on behalf of the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety. We wish Sturgis folks safe travels on the way home. South Dakota Office of Highway Safety, who celebrates being a part of a team, reminding us to keep your eyes on the road, not on the phone. Our South Dakota Office of Highway Safety. And also a reminder that this activity is being brought to you by this station, River 92.7. Its advertisers and the member schools of the South Dakota High School Activities Association. No rebroadcast in whole or in part may be made without written permission of the SDHSAA. Take a look at the scores in South Dakota tonight in Class 11 AA, with the Governors defeating Sturgis 42-14. Yankton gets a 35-point win over Brookings at home, 49-14. Governors had to win in Yankton 2 years ago in the semifinals. Yankton will have to come here next week to play a semifinal round game. Number 4 Yankton at number 1 Pierre in the seedings in 11 AA. The other one will have number 2 hosting number 3 T Area, defeating Watertown tonight 41-0. Aberdeen Central with a 34-7 win over Spearfish. Will go to T Area for the other semifinal. In 11 AAA, Sioux Falls Jefferson is a winner over Washington 42-7. O'Gorman had to hold off Rapid City Stevens tonight 29-20. Harrisburg over Roosevelt 42-12. And Sioux Falls Lincoln comfortably in front early in the fourth quarter. They lead Brandon Valley. Assuming that one holds up, you would have Sioux Falls Lincoln, the 4 seed, playing against number 1 Sioux Falls Jefferson. Harrisburg would go to O'Gorman, the number 3 at the number 2. All final in Class 11A is Del Rapids, the top seed, defeating Lennox 41-7. West Central over Madison 35-6. Beersford beats Canton 24-8, and Sioux Falls Christian over Dakota Valley tonight. So the top 4 seeds in 11A win. You'll have number 4 Sioux Falls Christian playing at Del Rapids next week. Number 3 Beersford going to number 2 West Central. In 11B, as Hot Springs stays hot, they go up to Aberdeen Roncalli, beat the Cavaliers 28-0. Elk Point Jefferson was a 42-0 winner over Redfield. Top-ranked winner has a 32-8 win over Dual, and McCook Central Montrose, a 5 seed, winning at number 4 Mount Vernon Plankinton 38-6. So McCook Central Montrose goes to number 1 winner next week, and it'll be Hot Springs and Elk Point Jefferson battling in that one. I actually forget who's the 2 and who's the 3. I think Hot Springs is the 7 seed. They would go to what would be number 3 Elk Point Jefferson. Well, I know Elk Point Jefferson is the higher seed in that one. Doesn't really matter. 9 AA, they go to overtime as Hamlin finally defeats Hanson up in Hayti 26-20. Wall, the number 1 seed, in a battle over number 8, but they defeat Bonhomme 20-12. Elk Point Jefferson, let's make that Elkton Lake Benton, no trouble with Freeman. Marion Freeman Academy 52-14. The Elks win that one. And Parkston knocking off the top seed, or the top ranked but 3rd seed Howard Tigers. Howard with their first and only loss of the season. So Parkston will move on, and they will go to number 2 Elkton Lake Benton. Wall, meanwhile, will host the Hamlin Chargers. Some good games coming up in 9 AA next week. Lyman will host a semifinal game. The Raiders beat number 7 Castlewood tonight 34-16. They will host the Gregory Gorillas. Gregory beats Woolsey Wessington 34-19 tonight. Harding County is a winner over Phillip 20-15, and Warner, coming from 31-7 down at halftime, now leads Canastota 48-31, and that one with just a minute left. That is a 41-0 second half for the Warner Monarchs as they'll beat Canastota. So Warner, the top seed, unbeaten, will host Harding County Bison. And again, as mentioned, Lyman will host Gregory. We'll have that game on 94.5 KPLO next Friday night. And in 9B, the top seed, Harriet Selby area, 44-14 winners over Avon. Sully Buttes, though, suffers their season-ending loss as they lose to Irene Wakanda 36-30. DeSmet defeats Kadoka out west 20-8 tonight, and Hitchcock-Tulare a 52-0 win over Del St. Mary. DeSmet, the 6th seed, will go to number 2 Hitchcock-Tulare next Friday night. Irene Wakanda, a 12 seed in 9B, gets number 1 Harriet Selby area. That'll be on KMLO next Friday night in DRG Media Group. DRGnews.com. So 3 games still to go with Harriet Selby, Lyman, and Pierre on DRG Media Group stations. Those teams still in action. But Kadoka, Phillip, and unfortunately Sully Butte's coming to season end. Their season's coming to an end this night. Here again, it's 42-14. The Governors win it next Friday night. As mentioned, they'll host the Yankton Bucks. We'll be on the air with presumably a 7 o'clock kickoff and a 6:25 pregame here on drgnews.com, gogovs.live, and, of course, River 92.7, the official voice of Pierre Governor Athletics. Next broadcast, though, will be on the volleyball court as the Pierre Governors go to Sioux Falls Jefferson to tangle with the Cavaliers Tuesday night, the regular season ending match as the Govs play at Jefferson, 7 o'clock with the pregame, 7 o'clock first serve, 6:30 pregame. We'll have it for you Tuesday here on River 92.7. The Sodax 16 would be Thursday, November 10th, and the state tournament the following week, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Recapping or previewing the rest of the high school football season, the postseason schedule next Friday night with the semifinals. The 11AA championship this year is Saturday afternoon at 1 o'clock in Vermilion rather than a Friday night game. So just maybe Governor fans for the hopes that they can plan ahead to that one for what could be their 6th straight state championship. That's the quest for 6. So far, so good. Pierre knocking off Sturgis tonight 42-14. For our guys doing live ticket camera, for Jordan and Caleb, thanks guys. For Heather Williams in studio keeping us up and running as well. And for John Calda, our birthday buddy that helped us out on color commentating tonight. Happy birthday, JW. And we'll have him hopefully next week as well. I'm Brian Oakland. Your final score in the Gales Gas Service scoreboard. Governors defeat Sturgis 42-14. Have a great weekend, everybody, and we'll see you Tuesday night for Governor Volleyball and your official voice of the Governors, River 92.7, drgnews.com.